What up,
808.
too
What's
cold?
up? What's
How
up?
you?
Top of the morning.
I seen you waking bake,
Uh,
sis. I'm fucking waking and baking right now, and I figure I said, "What's up to you?"
what's up? What's up? You know how we do? Shit, I guess. I don't know what happened. And I thought we were just going to roll into the call from the last call. I ended up, I guess I took a nap and I woke up and the call was shut down.
Oh, you guys are on it yesterday, but I've just been
Yeah,
adventuring. Gonna go on another adventure today.
that's
Cruising.
what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I saw your pictures. Those look dope. You found a cave and
Oh yeah,
stuff?
that was one of the caves has a bit of a history within my ancestors, but it goes deep into the ground. Opens up into like the rocks glowing shit. There's like fucking rivers in there, all kinds of shit.
Oh, shit. That's what's up. That is what's
You know what I
up.
mean? When people, I tell people when
Mm-hmm.
they get successful, enjoy their life, man. We only have one life to live. Gotta be able to enjoy, not just flying to places and traveling, but able to enjoy where and appreciate where you live, no matter where it's at. It could be concrete jungle, fucking anywhere. Just being appreciative of everything will make your life a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, I am all stoned already.
Yeah. Already on your stoner
Bro, there's
shit.
like fucking like these fucking huge ass geeses next door, and there's like some fucking peacocks, goats eating mangoes. I'm about to frolic with them. But
Sue.
yeah, too cold. Just wanted to show some love and aloha. You have a good day. I gotta head out.
You too, my guy.
Be showing more pictures up, guarantee.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what's up. Well, shit. Yeah, go enjoy your walk through the forest or woods, whatever you guys call it out there. We gonna be here vibing and chilling, doing what we does. You know, you know. Um, so while I just wait on everybody to get up in here, I gotta load the room up. So let me put this up. What up, OC? What up? What up? Um, okay, let me step up Kamikaze's music and update on Sonar Muse. Alright, cute. What up? What up? What up? I won me a X Parrot giveaway. I won me 50 XRPZ
I was about
today.
to say a bad word, but
Hey,
I saw it's being recorded. So can you hear me clearly?
yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
What'd you say about 50 XRPZs?
I won 50 XRPZs in the X Parrot Stake X giveaway.
Oh, in that post?
Yeah, that voting.
Yeah. I voted. How come I didn't get 50 XRPs?
Because your vote wasn't good enough. No, I'm just playing. I don't know how they pick the winners.
Nah, I'm good. I've been
But
trying to get
there
a
was
cam though.
you've been trying to get a what?
Chameleon.
Oh, you don't have no chameleons yet, eh?
Then you're not whitelisted, then, huh?
Can't you buy them, right? Or no? Am I tripping?
No, you can, but I mean the 3D ones you're gonna have both in order to be whitelisted to guarantee that you'll have a chance to purchase one.
Oh. What happened to the last call? Did it? What happened? How long have we been down?
We'll call.
I think in about an hour or something.
Say what?
I think an hour or
Oh,
something.
about an hour? Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, I dozed off. Took me a little nap, woke up, and I was like, oh, so it dropped, huh? That's how they want to play? Okay.
What are you talking about? Can I be informed?
The
What's going on?
last call, fool.
For alcohol or what?
No, the call that we were just on that you woke up on with stank breath on.
Oh, okay.
I can't believe you're crazy and you're still up. That call.
Hey, it's a fact. You're crazy. I,
Well,
I go to sleep too cold. I wake up to too cold.
well, hey.
I'm actually so kind of tired.
You can't blame it on us because you wasn't hanging out with us all night.
Nope, I wasn't.
But yeah, I guess the call dropped. I don't know. Unity DM'd me after it dropped. Or no, he DM'd me before it dropped. He's so funny. He said, come relieve me of my duties. I gotta run. I don't want to leave the space without a co host. Oh, he's so funny.
How do I do this? How do I do this? IP address. Endpoint profile.
Yeah, we were just waiting for you to come back, and then it was like, whoop, out.
Yep. So I took a nap and then I saw Karma's room up and I was like, okay, let me hop in Karma's room until like about 10:30 ish, 10:45 ish. Put up the wake and bake call, and then I hop in Karma's room and Karma's like, okay, guys, I gotta go. I'm like, damn. Let me go put my shit up then, I guess. What up, Dr? Um,
How the fuck do I do this?
Yeah, so we just waiting for the vibes. I guess I could play a little bit of music, right? Get us in the mood. But I'm outside smoking a cigarette, so it's gonna have to wait a second. Does
Can't get
any
this shit.
is the solo call still is the solo call still gonna go? Is it going on today, or did they mean next Thursday? Because
The XLS one?
yeah, that's what they said on the air, that on Thursday they would be talking about XLS 20.
Well, I don't see it up since you're blocked.
Are you blocked? Make sure that, because you're following me, they might have screenshotted the room.
I know Reza. What are you talking about? Me and him go way back.
Oh, okay. Um, yes, yes, yes. That was a cool
I'm
little
just
power
kidding.
nap.
For the record, since this is being recorded, for the record, I do not know Reza.
Oh man. And so I don't know how long extra. I don't even care. I'm not gonna trim it either. The call I'm about to post on YouTube from the cookout, the one we went 18 hours. Oh, I think I went an hour over because it says it's 15 hours long. And the last call, when I split it, the cookout section of it is 4.5 hours long. And then the last 14 hours of it, I was re-recording yesterday. And then because I fell asleep and took my nap, I was like, oh shit, it's still recording. I was like, let me go cut it off. And it's like 15 hours long now. So I'm not even going to trim it. I'm just going to put it up like that. Like, it is what it is. How long do you think that's going to take to load to YouTube? Like, anybody can hop on that call on YouTube to go listen, right? At any section, like they can fast forward it to somewhere and just be like, I'm not listening to all of this. Let me like listen at 3 hours in, and you're gonna get some good information. Let me listen at 6 hours in, and you're gonna get some good information. Like that whole call was crazy. That was cool though. It was a lot of good information passing through that whole day. And into the night, and then into the morning as well, right? Let me get everything situated here.
What's going on, Death?
It just sounds so weird just calling him by that part of his name, right? That's like, what's up, DR?
Just call him Doctor.
Doctor, that's a good.
Just call him
That's
Doctor.
a good one.
What's up, Doctor?
What up, Doctor?
Let's do it. There you go. I was thinking about that. It's like, oh, you call him DR? Just call him Doctor. I heard you tell him DR last
Yeah.
time. Because you have a point. You have a point. I was like, gosh, damn, I really got to call this
Yeah, like
every
every time
time
I say it, I'd be like, do I want to just say, like, because it's kind of a long name. And then it's like, do you want to say both? Do you want to say Ranger? Do you want to say Death? Like, well, okay, Death Ranger. And then I'm just like, man, fuck it. What up, DR? What up, Mystical? I see you, my guy. What's going on? What is going on? Yeah, we just waiting for the guys, the fellas, to pull up. See what we getting into today. Pretty sure we'll be talking about a little bit about the Sonar Muse update, right? And I guess so we could talk about that. What music XLS20 NFTs are going to be looking like on the on the XRPL. So that'll be cool. Some good information for the artists out there.
No doubt, because now they don't even need any like promoters or anything, right? They just upload their music audio file onto the blockchain and then voila, right?
What?
No, I would disagree with that. I mean, when it comes to, creating the NFT, you still need the marketing and promotion because you can technically compare it to somebody just uploading it to YouTube and all the streaming platforms. There still has to be the business side of marketing and, pushing out the work, in my
No, for
opinion.
sure, for sure. But you're the one that handles everything. You know what I'm saying? You're the one in charge.
Well, yeah, that's true, but I mean, so okay, so this is how, from me being, I'm not a musician at all, right? So from being on the outside looking in as a music listener, right? The hold on one second. The hold on. let me see what this is about. Hold on, you guys. Um, what up, loyalty or loyal vibes? What's going on? How you doing? Oh, oh, there she goes. What's up, loyal vibes? What's good? How you doing? Hello,
Um,
loyal vibes. You got what's up? You got to
Yeah,
unmute. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. What's good?
Nothing much. Just I was passing and I saw this.
Uh,
I
uh
Yeah, I was just passing and I saw this.
huh.
Well, welcome
Cool.
to the space.
Yeah, welcome. Do you got any questions or anything? Because you just flew right in and grabbed a mic, so I assume you want to talk about something.
Not nothing really.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop you down a listener so you can just kick back and catch the vibes, okay? And when you have questions or want to join the conversation, then you could grab a mic. Um, so from the outside looking in as a listener, this is what I'm thinking music NFTs is going to look like. That independent artists, right, do have control of everything should they not go sign with somebody, right? And yeah, they're gonna have to grind independently, and but then they get everything coming back to them, their royalties and everything. Now, I mean, if they get involved with a music project or something, right? I know that they're, of course, a project's gonna take their cut, right? But I feel so kind of like Astros on X, right? They're onboarding musicians, right? And they're gonna push the musicians out under their brand, and then but these musicians don't know anything about like crypto really. So basically, the musician is, yeah, using them like they would use a record label, right, to take care of all that type of stuff, and the artist is gonna get more royalties and all of that than they would signing with a record label. So, I mean, in essence, like major record labels, if they start stepping into the game, they could, do what they've always done and, shit on the artists and take majority. But the fact that independent people know now, like, we don't need you. Like, we could do this ourselves. Like, and a lot of people in crypto would rather support an independent artist rather than a labeled artist, right? And a label pushing it. So they either way could be successful. It's just a matter of the timing and opportunity and the right person copying their music or something. I mean, I feel that we're in a space right now for visual artists as well as musical artists. It's like the Renaissance, right? Like when we've read about history books and the art Renaissance and all of that, like it's that time for those type of people and creative content, creative people to kind of shine their light because they have the ability and opportunity at the tip of their hands to get their work seen worldwide, like very easily.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what happened with me. I seen the opportunity with the NFTs that I could do this too.
Yeah, exactly.
Lost Art. We never heard you out. What you were about to say, neither.
I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? We were talking about.
Being
Oh, I
like
was gonna.
not using the marketing or whatever. Like,
Yeah, I think he brought up the point that now the artists and creators now they own everything. Well, technically, that's still possible without, for example, the music that I push out with Faded. We technically own everything besides the percentage that the producer of the beat might have. But for the most part, we still technically own everything. What I really like about NFTs is that now you're able to the monetization of your work. The majority, if not all of it, will now be going to you versus a cut potentially going to Spotify. Um, well, it just depends because I know there's streaming platforms that are, like Sonar Muse that's being developed. I still don't know how their monetization is going to be, but I mean, right now the way artists currently get screwed with their work because the majority of the money being generated is not going towards them. It's going to the platforms that they're using. And I think with NFTs, the majority of the what's being generated will be going to the artist. And it's going to be the same thing. It's not going to be 100 unless you own the full rights and stuff. Because I mean, what NFTs and what it's looking like is that now you'll be able to, with time, be able to automatically give out royalties depending on how the technology is going to work. It might be different with some other, how people decide to do it, but now you'll be able to give royalties, say, to the artist of the artwork, to the mix engineer of the track, to the beat producer, to a songwriter. It'll all be automated to where it's seamless.
Well, so take a look at the top of the space call, right? The most recent tweet up there. So if you guys didn't see Kamikaze's, that's a whole thread and a whole thread of demos of how loading a music NFT is going to be on his platform, and he has the artists included on the song and everything. Like, so it's a whole thread on it with demo videos in that whole thread.
But
And just so you know, like, this is major, right? Because we know that Rippleton NZ doesn't really, he's not a shiller. He doesn't promo shit and do shit like that. He took Kamikaze's thread and retweeted that. Like, that means something, right? That somebody who in the XRPL community who is on the panel of being a voter for XLS 20, because he he does own his validator. Like, for him to retweet Kamikaze's thread, and then I seen another, like, older, the profile picture was an older, he looked white gentleman, and he wrote a nice quoted thread over it, over Kamikaze's thread as well. Like, so, and his quote retweet was like, damn, what did it say? It was something of like, I don't understand why people don't understand how huge this is. Like, that, like, what Kamikaze's doing right here with this Sonar Muse, this is major. Like, this this is, and the fact that he provides the demo, not just one quick walkthrough demo trying to sell it, right? He did, there's like 3 demo videos in that thread of what a music NFT is going to be like on his platform. So we got our guys in here, right? Kamikaze and Lemmy. So if you guys haven't already, retweet the room out. Let's let everybody know that we are getting the Wake and Bake vibes started here in a little bit. Let's say what up real quick to Kamikaze. We'll roll into some vibes. We'll roll into some vibes, and throw some music on real quick and get the room set, and then we will jump right into these conversations. So what up, Kamikaze, coming all the way from South Africa, where it's not wake and bake for him. It is daybreak and bake for him because it is evening time all the way in South Africa. What's going on, my guy? How you doing, Kamikaze?
Hey, what's good? Too cold. Yeah, it's the evening. We getting ready to go sleep here. It's not the wake and bake. It's the evening. Getting ready to go sleep vibes. But yeah, what's up? What's up? I'm just chilling. Just you know, had a great day. Just been working. So it's good to be here again. Have another episode today. It's dope. So how you guys doing? How's everyone doing today?
Shit, good. I took me a quick power nap, right? We we had a call up like it was like 12 hours long, and Mazraz was in it till the call dropped. I think she said the call been down only for an hour, and then I threw this one up. So, um, yeah, we had a lot of good conversations yesterday, a lot of information in the call yesterday, and we was just kicking it all day yesterday in the space call. So everything's good on this end. What up with our boy, our guy Lemmy? What's going on all the way in the ATL? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Whoa, I'm here. I'm here. And I hope everybody's good. I'm on the road, but I'm in the building. Hope y'all good too. Bless up.
All right, all right. With that, Kamikaze, you want to roll into a little topic. I mean, not topic, but a little bit more. Let me get the radio. Let me get the Bluetooth set up so that we can vibe real quick. So go ahead and chit chat with him for a second, if you could, while I get this set up so that we can get this show on the road.
All right. So I'm gonna continue with a conversation we had last week, which was all about tokenization of music. So we're talking about NFTs, XLS20, yeah, and how would affect and impact the musician's career. And we might expand a bit more on like the different types of NFTs that could come about in the music industry, because there's not just one set type of NFT that could be made. There's so many. So yeah, we could explore the different aspects of that. So yeah, that's the topic for today.
Okay, okay, sounds good. So with that, before we hit these topics and get this thing going, like I said, if you guys could retweet the room out so we could get some other people up in here. If you're a musician as well and you want to share your music, please don't be afraid to hit the mic. Also, should include that in your tweet, right? Let the musicians on your page know that we want to hear from them. We willing to play their music as well, and this conversation and this sharing of music is open to everybody. So with that being said, let's roll into this track. Let's set the room up, and let's start catching these vibes. So here we go with the Sonar Muse track.
It's too cold warm to, the vibes. Sonar Muse for streaming XRPL blockchain, NFTs to prove. Triangular trap tsunami. It's how we do what we do on food. Catch y'all way.
We mad solar. Our muse sonar on that XRPL. It get bipolar. Haters grinding up their teeth, messing up molars. Global from South Africa to the home of Coca-Cola.
Life is my muse, don't get confused, just know my vision. Sonar, steady wins a race. I keep my pace, but I can't go slower. Haven't heard the fat ladies sing, so I guess it ain't over. So we ain't taking no losses, yeah. On my boss shit like Chris Larson, yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoa, stacking that digital gold. Oh, I keep my standards higher, so yours is lowered like limbo. Like the wallet, I store funds and I keep my flows very cold. Now that's music to my ears. You can call that Wimbo, call that Wimbo. Keep my funds in the some wallet, cause it adds up. Yeah. Like my secret key, she likes to back it up. Oh yeah, XRP drip drops, I like to stack it up. Generational wealth through royalties, I couldn't plan enough.
Vibez, Solar, Muse, Sonar, on that XRPL, it get bipolar. Haters grinding up their teeth, messing up molars. Global from South Africa to the home of Coca-Cola. No SoundCloud, no Apple, no Spotify, won't cap you. Tell my independence, just stay relentless, no pressure, no hassle. Don't inconvenience yourself for that generational wealth. This is Sonar Muse with Weembo. I'm finna touch down till Tebow. Our babies, they threw them the gators. Now the music, they taking our paper. We're African drug, they taking our flavor. Culture, vultures, I had no relation. Sonar Muse, I got my own station. The Weem away, I changed my location. Move at my own pace. No, I'm not racing. That boy and me gon' teach you about patience. We mad, Solar, Muse, Sonar, on that XRPL, it get bipolar. Haters grinding up their teeth, messing up molars. Global from South Africa to the home of Coca-Cola. We mad, Solar, Muse, Sonar, on that XRPL, it get bipolar. Haters grinding up their teeth, messing up molars. Global from South Africa to the home of Coca-Cola.
Hey, bro, stop being a bitch about this shit. You on some hoe shit. You fucking finding 360 deals. Motherfucker own your publishing. Motherfucker own your merch. Motherfucker own your whole life. And you happy about that shit. Look, fuck with this Sonar Muse shit, bro. Stop getting pimped. Stop being a bitch about this shit and go ahead and get on this real pimp and fuck with this Sonar Muse shit, bro. Hey, stop being a bitch. Stop crying about how you can't get signed and all that other shit. Check it out, check it out. Either you gonna be a bitch about this shit or you gonna be on some player shit. You gonna fucking do it yourself. You tired of getting pimped in the music industry? Fuck with this real shit. Just fucking do it yourself, bro.
Triangular trap tsunami.
We mad, Solar, Muse, Sonar, on that XRPL, it get bipolar. Haters grinding up their teeth, messing up molars. Global from South Africa to the home of Coca-Cola. We mad, Solar, Muse, Sonar, on that XRPL, it get bipolar. Haters grinding up their teeth, messing up molars. Global from South Africa to the home of Coca-Cola.
Hey, so that's how we getting started. We catching the vibes. We warming everything up before we roll on into it. So let's get to it. What up, Kamikaze and Lemmy? Let's go.
Hey. So, I don't think we played Lemmy's voice note from last week when he was explaining how tokenization of music would impact his career. I don't know if I should play it still, Lemmy, or do you want to just expand on it yourself since you're here now? I'm assuming I'll just play it because yeah, he's probably driving. So yeah, let me just play that, and then yeah, we can just elaborate more on that and get the people talking as well.
Whoa, the thought of the impact of tokenization on my music, the thought of it would be tremendous, Being that the mat hasn't been rolled out yet, I know I've been putting in certain investments in the ISO 222 coins and the music platforms around it. And I've been doing my music for a while. The thought of it is just tremendous. Of me being able to mint my music and make a living off of that. It would allow me to be in control. I wouldn't have to worry about putting my music on Apple Music anymore or Spotify. They may just hop on the train, They may start doing partnerships with platforms like Sonar Muse and Audius. So they'll have to come see us. I know they're gonna try to find their way in to get some of my money, but it'll give me the best chance of being control of my own destiny. And I'm already in control of my own destiny. I haven't signed to any labels. I'm making the music that I want to make. I talk about what I want to talk about. And, if partnerships want to come about, they will have to follow suit. I feel like I could be in control of my own destiny But the thought of it being that it hasn't rolled out or it hasn't taken place yet is quite exciting. You know what I'm saying? So looking forward to what's to come. Still gonna keep making my investments so I can continue to gain an upper hand on any suitors that try to gain an upper hand on me, because it's about controlling your own destiny at the end of the day. And being that we're having an opportunity to do that with the tokenization of music, that's what keeps my excitement going and allowing me to just stay focused on what's coming.
Yeah, so I agree with what he says. It actually brings a question to mind about like how other artists view the tokenization, because I heard Lemmy saying that it'll give him control, and the labels and streaming platforms are gonna come to us as artists more than reaping reaping in this new age. So do you guys think that's also something that's going to be possible, like in future, that like these streaming platforms are going to be scouting for NFTs now and paying artists to be on their platforms rather than us paying and signing up to put our music and distribute our music on their platforms?
Yeah, so anybody else want to join the conversation, right? Like we already know, just hit that request button and we bring you on up to join the conversation. OC, I know you're in the game, so you want to add in here. Astros on X, you want to jump in on that topic? I know that your project is doing excuse me, doing things with musicians as well. I know you might be busy, so if you cannot, that is okay as well. But all right, we got Hawaiian up here. What's up, Hawaiian, my guy? What's going
Yeah,
on?
what's going on, Too Cold? Beautiful day today, and I love how you guys wake and bake. This always gets me in such a good mood when I see the wake and bake. I just always think about some good stories, good vibes. And I heard that the topic we're on today is a little bit of music NFTs.
Yeah, well, that's what Thursdays is, right?
Ooh.
The Wake and Bake vibes with Lemmy and Kamikaze, because they are musicians, and Kamikaze is the creator of Sonar Muse. So the Wake and Bake vibes topics mostly focus on music, the music industry, sharing music, right? We get a track from Lemmy and Kamikaze, an exclusive track that they put together that you'll only be able to hear, and then maybe throughout the week on some other cookout brand calls that we do have as
Ooh,
well.
I know those
But
ones. They are damn catchy. Every time you put those on there, I'm like I gotta take my seatbelt off, gotta get out of the truck, gotta kind of dance around a little bit. Like it's damn catchy, but at the same time, music, when it comes down to NFTs and music, it brings a whole nother level of NFTs in there, because it's something that you could feel. You could see it, you could feel it, you can imagine it. Like it's just something amazing. So for artists right now to be just exploring that field right now and expanding, it's huge. Because I've jumped into a couple of spaces. I think Crypto Survivor invited me to a couple of them. And there's really talented individuals out there. Not everyone gets a chance to show their talents off, because it's almost impossible to get a gig, to get your information out there, to be having it on, we'll say iTunes or Spotify, YouTube, but to actually promote it in that sense to where you could still make money. Because the hardest thing that we know for any artist is to make the money. And every time you hear, like, we'll say, good backgrounds in movies or trailers or songs, the artists don't get any of the credit. Like the money barely goes back to them. So it's really good to see that now there's NFT projects out there that are rewarding those individuals and the talent, which is about time.
exactly. So I don't think you've seen. If you look at the top of the space call on the jumbotron, the most recent post on top of the jumbotron is Kamikaze's update that he posted last night of um, what it is going to be to he's doing demos of how seamless and easy it's going to be to post music on the Sonar Muse streaming platform. So there's a whole complete thread on that. Very informative visual representation as well as writing it out. So yeah, of that's this is what it's all about. Like just helping grow the whole entire space, not just visual art NFTs, right? NFT projects, and that's why Kamikaze is the one who pushed me to do these Thursday calls because he felt that this is a topic that we need to be able to speak about and hone in on the XRPL because if you look at the top of your Twitter, I'm sure you see music NFT space calls and they're all on other blockchains. So he was like, we're doing this here. So I got the I'm creating a platform. So you're the hostess with the mostest. So why don't you host these calls and we'll do them weekly? And I was like, well, shit, if that's what you want to do, let's do it. I'm with it.
No, I
So
agree. Absolutely agree on that one. Like it's growing, it's getting bigger. I mean, hell, we hear Crypto Mason right now always speaking out, like saying like, hey, there needs to be NFTs on Spotify, like kind of branching out. Like we're so early in crypto NFTs. Like we are at the forefront right now to where everything we're doing is setting the pavement. So it's very important that everything that we talk about, we kind of fill those cracks in because as the foundation gets bigger and bigger and bigger, we need to make sure that that foundation's strong and that it's has something solid to stand on, or else if it gets too big, we got to go back down to the basics. Like, well, we got to fix these cracks because they weren't good. So, hearing this out, seeing what's going on, expanding that knowledge is key. Because I think a couple of weeks ago, like I started getting into the more of a mindset where it's not about a sector, it's not about a project, it's about the XRPL, it's about the ledger, it's about the community, it's about just getting people into the space because change is the hardest thing for people to get into. Once change happens, it gets easier. So that's what we just got to work on right now is just getting people adapted to be like, hey, it's not about just listening to your radio. It's not just about buying that CD or buying the iTunes. Like pretty soon when you buy music on iTunes or you buy music online, you're no longer just buying the song. You're buying an NFT, which some people were like, what's an NFT later on? You'll have those old mindsets still, but they're automatically be buying an NFT at the end of the day.
Yeah,
exactly.
I
Oh,
see that.
my bad. Go ahead, Kamikaze. My bad.
Yeah, I just want to say, yeah, I do see that coming in future where NFTs are gonna be the way for people to stream music. Yeah, to prove that they own something on a platform instead of like being able to only own the digital download and not be able to migrate and move around with it. It sucks right now. So I do see potential in NFTs in so many ways. And the one thing is I do see music more as a commodity. And I did say that last week. I see it more as like it should be categorized in that kind of suit because it's more of an appreciative asset than something that depreciates because music can have value over time. There can be a song doesn't that isn't a hit right now, but like maybe in 5 years, eh, someone just discovers it, rediscovers it, and it blows up. So like that's the beauty about NFTs. They can be a collector's item, and it could appreciate in value as time goes. So like music just hits us in ways that we cannot express sometimes. So I do appreciate that it is coming as like a tokenized asset now that people can rather invest in than and they can basically savor the emotions and rekindle those emotions again when they hear the NFT. That kind of thing for me is why I feel like NFTs could change the music industry and musicians as a whole. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to what may come because yeah, there's definitely a lot in store for musicians and labels, producers. There's so much that can come from that.
Kamikaze, you hit it right on the nail of the hammer because, again, an NFT, what's the definition of NFT? It's the rights, it's the ownership of that song. So, like, hey, I bought it. I didn't bootleg it. I paid for it. It's mine. I'm helping the artist. And that's what it's about. And I think at the end of the day, when people look at this, I think right now people are just so one tracked right now. It's like money NFTs. That's all they think about is money NFTs pictures. They're not looking at it as a three-dimensional because every day I listen to music, I want to say 80% of the day. Like if I'm working, I have my earpiece in. If I'm driving, I'm listening. I'm riding my motorcycle, I'm listening. I'm having a barbecue, I'm listening. People don't understand how much they rely on those vibes, that energy. If you're having a beer sitting on the beach, are you jamming, watching the sunset with a beer in your hand and listening to some Bob Marley? Most likely. You're relaxing, you're feeling that energy. Without that energy, without that music, you'd be surprised. Like we would turn to it right away. It's like, I need this. I need that music. And you got to make sure that this music is being compensated to those individuals that are putting that hard work, that creativity, that feeling that lasts forever, that timestamp in your life to where you turn to that feeling. Is like, I love that song because of the beat. I love the words. I love the feeling. I love the emotion. I love the memory. And as we dive deeper into music, people are going to realize how much more it's needed. And then that's when it's going to come into play. So whenever it starts getting tokenized and saying, okay, for you to have the song, you need to have the NFT, and it becomes more popular, because again, we're so early to where it's like, you got to make that foundation right now. So making people aware is going to be the first key. Making people aware that NFTs are out there for music and understanding the importance of it is the first step. And I think it's a very good thing that you guys have these spaces going on, because yeah, it might only affect, like, let's say 20 people at a time. And I think I have Crypto Survivor. Yeah, see, Crypto Survivor's right here with me. He got me my first NFT call space, I want to say a couple months ago. And some of the artists that I was running into were so talented and just blew my mind to where, like, I wanted to stay on and hear these free promos. I wanted to hear the emotion and at the same time hear them do like live demos. And right away, I was like, I need to buy this. I need to have it. I want the NFT. Where can I get it? And there's so many good things happening. So Too Cold, I'm really glad you're putting these kind of spaces together too. Very diversified.
Yeah, that's the point of the cookout brand, right? Is to the XRPL cookout brand is to not just have just the XRPL cookout on Sundays, right? We've ventured out, and now we have like 4 or 5 different calls throughout the week to give different vibes and different information. But the common denominator, the common denominator of the vibes is you're just gonna get the chill, informative, funny, entertaining vibes, no matter what the conversation is, right? Um, but yeah, and it was important. Like Patrick, I know Patrick's at work. He does HVAC, right? And he's listening in at work, and he hops in the conversation whenever he can. And when that whole Luna situation was going on all week, and that's all everybody kept seeing on their Twitters and in space calls that they were hopping in, is everybody talking about Luna and the market being down, and just all this down energy type thing. And then on Thursday we came in here and we're doing what we're doing now, having this type of conversation. And he got on the mic and was like, thank you for like this call today. Like, I've been waiting like to have some real different type of conversations other than talking about Luna again and hearing about Luna, like, just to be able to have a normal conversation about music, things I'm interested in, and music I want to hear. Like, I appreciate it. So that's why the cookout brand is trying to cover a call like 7 days a week, right? To bring that different type of vibe and information. So I love being at the Wake and Bake Vibes with my guys right here. Lemmy and Kamikaze, because this is this isn't my lane, right? Like, I'm not controlling this conversation. Like, they're bringing the topics, and I hop in, I bring people up, and I just keep y'all entertained when I can.
I love it. You do a very good job of entertainment. So Kamikaze, you have any maybe some promos we can hear?
With regards to, are you talking about like the platform?
Yeah, on the platform.
Um, so right now, well, I'm really working on the music store. So at the moment, we are recruiting artists who submitted their music. So we're basically getting them on. I'm getting ready for them to start putting their music on and signing up. So that's basically what's coming. There's not much more I can say until it's time. But yeah, there's quite a lot that's happening behind the scenes. And yeah, I might do another demo just to uh, explain micropayments and how that would work on the streaming side. But yeah, all in due time. Yeah, there's a lot that's coming. But yeah, I can't specify too much right now.
Yeah, he's like I was saying earlier, Hawaiian. There's on the top of the jumbotron. He posted last night those updates, and those videos and that thread of information about what that is going to be. So my question is, for your platform is targeted and your demographic is for music and artists and for people to come stream music specifically and buy music NFTs. Now with XLS20 coming, all marketplaces are going to be able to are all marketplaces going to be able to have that music NFT minting available, and like what should that look like on, let's say, I mean, fuck, I hate to use it right now, on, let's say, Sologenic. Like what would be the major difference between other marketplaces and your marketplaces?
Okay, so the first clear answer I can give is that we're not really a marketplace. We're more of like a music store. So there's no such thing as reselling on our platform. You can't sell it for a higher floor price. So the artists on our platform will sell their music um at a fixed price, just like how you an artist sells a CD or any type of physical copy of their music. So that's what we're trying to bring back, that feeling of being in a music store, being able to listen to a song before you decide to purchase it. So that's the kind of vibe we're going for with the music store. So once someone buys an NFT, they can they can then go to a marketplace of their choice and sell it there for a higher price, because we just want to bring that whole vibe back, that feeling back of just being able to enter in a store. You can basically find your community at the same time. If you have certain NFTs, you can basically find who has similar NFTs to you on the XRP ledger and create a community, which is the one thing I find beautiful about NFTs. But overall, yeah, we're more of a music store than a marketplace. So there's no like reselling of the NFTs on our place.
Ah, so kind of like I don't it. This is gonna probably date me, right? So if you guys know what the warehouse is, right? That was a physical music store out here in the U.S. Okay, and during that time you could go into the warehouse and get you a cassette tape. CDs weren't out at that time. You could get you a cassette tape or vinyl records. I wasn't into eight tracks, but so I probably wasn't even looking in that section. I don't know if you could get eight tracks back then, but so that's giving me that type of vibe. So we could go in and buy as many. So okay, so I got you. So we could go in and buy at the warehouse. New tape just dropped. We could go in and buy it all up, and then go sell it out the trunk for a higher price.
Yeah,
right?
that's basically the kind of the vibe we're going for. Yeah. So, but I do think, yeah, we should have like a threshold or a limit for the amount you can buy at a time, because I know there's gonna be people who might just do that exact thing and then just try sell it for a higher price at another marketplace.
Uh, Go ahead, Lemmy.
Hey, nah, I think you just kind of answered my question. I was if one like say I got a whole bunch of songs with you, and I wanted to mint an NFT of that song with that same cover. Would you be able to do the same thing, or would it be a conflict? Would you guys do you guys have jurisdiction over the types of like say I may have ownership of the song, but somebody's on that song with me. Would we be able to sell the same NFTs, so to speak?
Oh, so are you asking like say like you and um I own some rights to the song, you own some rights to the song, you post the NFT, you mint an NFT basically of that song. Are you asking like, am I able to do it as well, or is there going to be an issue between that? Please just clarify that question for me.
That's exactly what I'm asking. Both.
S- So
Yeah,
so basically, with that, of course, we have the split payments part, the payouts, the artist payouts. So um, with that being said, you could just split the payments between the artists instead of them having to upload the same NFT at the same NFT on the same platform. So um we could allow that, because it is possible that artists do that too on streaming platforms where they re-upload the song. So it shouldn't be limited, but yeah, um it would ruin the authenticity of the NFT, and it wouldn't be much of a collector's item in that case. So it is possible, but I wouldn't condone that, like artists upload the same songs, unless it's like a remix or something like that. Then yeah, I wouldn't condone it though.
got you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think it would take away from the exclusivity of the track. I think it should just be one less like on some less is more type way. You know what I'm saying? But we all still getting our cut. It's still being fair. Everything being dispersed out the right way.
Hey, what's up, OC? See your hand up.
Just wanted to add, it's technically possible to do it, but it just really goes down to how you want to your project, your music to be seen by the public. So now, say you guys for just for some reason you did decide to mint on two different marketplaces or mint your NFT at two different locations. Now you guys have two different wallets for two different addresses. It sort of kills the authenticity that now you have to check, potentially you got two wallets that it's coming from, and that's just something that you'll be passing on to your followers, to your listeners. And it's just, to me, let's say you guys have, you guys collab, you guys have your own duo, then I would recommend you guys have your own, wallet just between you guys. Because right now, the way, I mean, the issue that I'm seeing, and which is, one reason I'm not rushing into this, creating music NFTs myself, is that you could, like I said earlier, I want to be able to, depending on, I guess, the contract that I have with each individual, I want to be able to potentially give out royalties to every single person that worked on the project. But right now, you could only set royalties to one wallet. So what's the solution to that? Is it going to be software based, which what Kamikaze is doing? Is it potentially going to be able to do? Is that going to be fixed via the hooks? So I don't know. I still have a lot of questions. But I think it's just finding out the best method or standard, and it's what you want to pass on to your listeners or to your following.
So just to piggyback in here real quick, because Ripple, it in New Zealand, Elephant Man was in here last night explaining to us some different aspects as far as the Zum wallet, right? And one of those things he was gaming us on was on XRP Toolkit. If you go in, you can assign a wallet to a multi sig, right? And that wallet um, right now would be able to hold 8 signatures, but upon the XLS20 update, it will be able to hold 32 signatures. So if all 32, from my understanding, if all the people involved in the song, the producer, the artist, the manager, whatever, right? Everybody you want to give credit to, if from the way I understood what he said is if everybody didn't sign, then the transaction wouldn't go through. So is that something that music NFTs should look into for every song that the artist puts up? And then there's also the aspect of, I know that musicians buy beats, and if they've bought the rights to the beats completely, then they don't have to pay the producer no more, right? Like, because they've already paid for that. Is like, so I guess that's two questions in one, Kamikaze.
Okay, to answer the first one, it I do see that as a possible solution. The one solution I've been thinking of, because that question, um, since OC raised it, but I did have that question before with there was a space with the X rooms and Yoke was there, and we did speak about NFTs, and that question was also raised on how the payments would be split amongst artists. So with the micropayments aspect on the streaming platform, we have a way to split the payments between each artist as the song's getting streamed. But with regards to the NFTs, I'm thinking like, yeah, like OC said, yeah, there could be, it could be different solutions to it. And one I'm thinking of is if there ever is smart contracts embedded as a hook or a side chain on the XRPL, that could be used so that like once someone buys an NFT, the payments just go directly to the people involved. So it just is a seamless payment. Or the other aspect could be like having a wallet that the payments go to and then directly get split between the the artists involved. So that's still somewhat like a small contract, I feel. But yeah, that's something I've been um looking into, and I will keep finding some solutions that uh tickle my fancy. And yeah, I'll definitely get back to you guys about that. But in terms of the multi sig wallet, that is a possibility in terms of you know having these payments come directly to the wallet, and everyone knows how much is in that wallet, and they then decide to split it accordingly. But I feel like most artists would want to just receive their fair share instead of having to calculate it um themselves. So I don't know, as a label, OC, would you want something like that, or would you want to split the payments for those who need to be credited or paid for this song? But he just left. He went
No,
down.
there he is. I think he got rugged. There he goes.
I got disconnected. Can you repeat that? I couldn't hear.
Okay. So I was asking, like, as a label, would you rather prefer that it's automated the splitting of payments and the payouts to the artists on your label? Do you think it should be automated, or do you want to do that yourself
Of course,
just to
I think
calculate?
it should definitely be automated. I mean, being independent, I don't necessarily have the funding, so for the most part, I do try to buy, everything outright where I own it 100%, just for simplicity. So I don't have to worry about that in the long run. It's just time beneficial, in my opinion. But when it comes to paying, royalties, if I agree to them, then for the most part that's agreed upon beforehand. So if it's agreed upon beforehand, then the rest of that shouldn't really matter. We already discussed the terms. At that point, money should not be an issue. It's like whatever we push out is being pushed out, and that's what I deserve, and that's what I get. And I think it should be done because just as a business operation, that's less time and technically less money at that point that you be spending on doing all that manually. Because at the end of the day, if you trust who you're working with, then you're gonna trust them that you're getting your payment. There's no reason for somebody, in my opinion, there's no reason for the additional step of somebody do it manually when you can do it, when you can automate it and save the time. So there really is no excuse to not automate it, and and that sort of prevents, the human error, and it prevents somebody doing some shady shit if you already know it's written in hard code.
Yeah, so that basically kind of cuts out the multi-sig wallet, because I know people might just, have arguments over who gets what, and nobody would sign off sign off for that transaction to go through in any of those steps. So yeah, it could be an issue. So having some type of automated transaction going through whenever each NFT gets bought would would be somewhat a solution. Of course, that wallet that shouldn't be the owner of the NFT, because yeah, the the royalties are gonna keep going to that wallet. So that that's one thing that is is also a concern, like how to mitigate that. But as time goes and as I keep doing my research, I'll definitely find a way to get through with this NFTs and royalty payouts for you know individual artists, and splitting those payouts.
Hey, so I had a question regarding that. I thought coil comes into play like as far as like if you had the coil account and you link it and you link your coil your payment pointer to Sonar Muse and everybody gets paid equally. Am I missing something like
That's the streaming platform side of things. So that's not the NFT music store. The music store is completely different to the payouts that you would get from oil and streaming.
Kamikaze, I have a sort of tough question for you, and yeah, I guess for your project. So there's a sentiment going on uh, about projects using their, I guess, in-house coins, and I recall you saying that Sonar Muse is going to have their own coin. Correct me if I'm wrong. So there's a sentiment that people are just against it. How do you feel about that? And what's the purpose of that coin that you have if it does exist?
Okay, so we do have a token. It's the Wimbo token, and yes, we will be using our token within our ecosystem. So it's basically just to be used within our ecosystem for music only. Nothing more more than that. That's where we'll be using our token and will allow for transactions to go through. So yeah, about I guess projects using their own token. Yes, I do feel like it's fair since you know it it would boost the basically having their own token would actually help you know diversify in my opinion it would diversify someone's portfolio and prevent them from using like let's say their main token like XRP, maybe just using that for the fees rather than using it directly, and someone not having or holding as much as they intend to. But I do feel like in this case I would I feel like having our own token would suffice and create value for music on the XRPL rather than just using standard XRP, just to symbolize that okay, this is for music only. So the Wimbo token is that token. I hope I answered your question, but if I didn't, just let me know.
Uh, you did. I guess I'll just bring up the arguments that that people are saying. That, and I'm not saying this is about your project. This is literally they were talking about this. And I think Tuchel was in that space too. That it's pretty much just the currency in a sense. It's pretty much just doing what XRP is technically already doing. Um, what was the other question? And as far as that token, is it a set dollar price or is it going to be like an XRP value? Is it going to fluctuate? Is it going to be like a flat price? Yeah, stagnant price.
Um, all of that I've not gone in depth with deciding whether it should be uh dollar priced, but I do feel like yeah, maybe it's sticking with XRP would be the best because XRP is going to be that currency that we, compare to different tokens, different assets. So sticking with XRP, yes, is one of our main goals. So yes, I would say I would definitely say yeah, XRP is the one we would try to stick with. I don't know about fluctuations. I don't think that can be stopped based on the trading. But in on our platform, it would have to depend on how things go and how we do things with our beta and how that goes first, and then would definitely decide on whether if it should be pegged somewhat to a dollar pricing for certain transactions on our platform, or if it should be, kind of pegged to an XRP. Yeah, uh, all of that I still need to check out, but I do see the points though. It definitely does help me. It does raise questions, and it would definitely help me move forward right here. So I do appreciate that, OC.
Well, I mean, I think they're definitely valid points. I mean, I'll tell you my sentiment. Me coming from, I guess, the creator side, the artist side, I would agree. I mean, why not just use XRP? I mean, I already have it. Um, I mean, you already accept it. I don't know. It just makes it ease of use to, in my opinion, for the client. And I come from, I guess, the tech side. So when it comes to ease of use, that's always a big priority. Um, this is my 2 cents, though. But yeah, man. Hopefully, these questions that people have are able to guide your project in a prosperous way.
Yeah. But I definitely agree for sure. There. there could be some aspects to the platform where we do accept XRP, but you will be receiving XRP on the streaming side though. Um, when someone is streaming your music, because the payouts are usually in XRP, and yeah, that's the only way you will be getting paid in XRP. But in terms of purchases and all of that on the ecosystem, we will be using the Wimbo token for that.
Cool. Thanks for answering, bro.
Okay, and then so my question is to Sonar Muses. So I know that the website is first. How, do you have a timeline or expectations of um, it possibly being a app, and would that be an app in the Zum wallet, or would it be its own Sonar Muse app completely for our phones to be able to be streaming, right, like seamlessly and not have to be on the internet?
All right. Yes. That's a pretty good question. So, it all depends on the permissions that an X app can get on some. So I still need to ask Wita about you know if it is a if you are able to stream or listen to music on the Sum wallet, because there could be some restrictions, just like you can't download in the Sum wallet, you have to follow an external link. So those are some things that we need to take into consideration. So it could be an X app, it could be a separate app that we develop, but yeah, it's definitely gonna be in the works as soon as we have some sort of stable version of the website that people are using and are okay with. And then yeah, we would definitely go mobile, because that's where everything is essentially. Everybody is on their phones every day doing a whole lot of stuff on their phones. So yeah, having a mobile app would be the best.
Okay, and then what about like inner? I know that this has to be in conjunction with partnering up with projects, right? And projects wanting to have your thing in there. Now, if they're a video game or a metaverse or whatever, is it possible that Sonar Muse could be like a instead of having to listen to the game's music, like, is there a way that the Sonar Muse app could be integrated with some of these projects on the XRPL, like Xrpl, right? Instead of having to listen to the Xrpl stock music, right? Could you guys intertwine, and then we could be in Xrpl listening to our own playlists? And like what
Um,
other games? I mean, there's some other games and metaverses and stuff too. So
yeah. So I've been developing the audio player hook, um, so that um projects could use our audio player um whenever they need to use it. So you would be able to sign in, of course, with your wallet, and then it would look for the NFTs you own, and you could play those. Or some could be in a sense where you have a playlist you've created on our platform, and you want to play that on your game. So let's say, for example, let's go with EQ. Maybe they have a playlist of songs that they have on their game, and they want they have it on our platform and they want some of these songs to be in their game, they could use our hook and play the music using our audio hook on our platform, um, to play that music. Yeah, even on Xrpl, maybe you want to access your NFTs, they could somehow be a way for them to allow you to play those NFTs on the platform. So we are definitely working on something to allow for other projects to use the music and our API as well.
So would that be would that be on the project's other side, right? Or would us as users have to be able to like hook it or whatever? Like, I don't understand dev language. So now, because as we know, I'm the ambassador for Combat Kanga, and this is going to be a game too. So if Combat Kanga did say they wanted, oh, okay, we'll let you guys use Sonar Muse streams for your music. Would it be something I have to do aside from signing in, or and like clicking some buttons on their website, or do I have to do like a bigger scope of that, or is it something on the project side that they integrate and make it easy for us users?
Yeah, I think it would be on the project side. They would have to integrate with the hook. They would have to find a way for you guys to just easily connect on their side. So yeah, that's basically it. You got it.
Oh, that sounds so interesting. Look at this. It wasn't supposed to be all about Sonar Muse, but you are in the hot seat today, my guy. um, Anybody else got any questions for Kamikaze? Right? Because we can. I mean, this conversation can obviously go on, and I know that Kamikaze has certain things that he likes to talk about on Thursdays. So if we're done grilling him in a sense, we can go on to his next topic of music NFTs. So go ahead, my guy Kamikaze, take it away.
All right. So we can talk about like I'm thinking about like fractional NFTs and what that would mean. Um, because in in my I I'm actually depicting it as uh fractional NFTs. The way it could be used in music could be in the sense of the master the master copy of of a of a song. So you may want to split the ownership of that master copy to people who you think are deserving of it or who are eligible of owning it. So it should be somewhat like a fungible token where you could keep splitting it up. But I'm just wondering how that would work though in in the sense um of NFTs. How would they be able to fractional like split an NFT into fractions like that? So um yeah, but in terms of that, I do see it in the way of yeah using it as a master copy rather than you know uh having multiple master copies. Depends though, but yeah, that's how I see it. How do you see fractional NFTs, Lemmy or OC? If you guys do understand fractional NFTs or fractional
I don't.
ownership.
So pretty much fractional ownership, I guess, would be the same thing as potential royalty, technically, right? Or how would it differ from that?
Yeah, it basically is like that. So okay, so yeah, maybe that's what they do mean when they say fractional ownership. So basically, does that mean that when you buy, maybe there's just one NFT for a song, or let's say an artwork, let's say the Too Cold artwork. So basically, it's just one NFT and multiple people buy into it, and then they have a certain share of that NFT. Is that basically what it is? Because I was thinking maybe it's just one huge NFT, and then like you could split it up and send parts of it to each person instead of.
I like that idea. I mean, I think it's sort of already being done through what DAOs, right? Where people just put in money and then everybody owns part of what is getting purchased. Isn't that how that works? But I think it's a good idea for multiple people to own one NFT. Um, I guess it raises questions. Where is that NFT going to be? Which wallet is it going to be at? That's probably where the multi-sig feature comes.
That's what I was going to mention is that the expansion of the multi-sig wallet could be a feature that you could
Wait,
utilize.
wait, wait. Hold on, Bex. I don't think OC was done talking. I think he just faded in the background. OC, you sound hella far away.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
I think it's a great idea that everybody could potentially own a part of it. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's necessary, definitely.
All right, there you go, Bex, and then go ahead, Lemmy, and then we'll get to Bex and Chris.
Yeah, I'm not. I the idea that Kamikaze brought up, that is dope. But I know, minting NFTs on Ethereum and Tezos, those are like, I guess, smart contract coins, and they allow you to get royalties. I never. I put somebody's name on it, but I haven't been able to link any wallets to it. I'll just say, hey, this NFT. I think I'm on like the same topic as y'all. Like, I'll give credits to whoever did the did the NFT with me, but I haven't been able to put their wallet in, so to speak. But I mean, the idea that Kamikaze speaking of, everybody. I believe in everybody, you know, getting a piece of the pot. So it's a good. It's so never heard anything like that. Soaking up game for real.
I guess I should add real quick. Yeah, I think it's a good idea, and I think it's just like XRPL. It's just another tool, right? That you can potentially use. I don't think it'll apply to every NFT. But say you have the master contract as an NFT, then that potentially can be split into multiple people owning the NFT. But royalties, I think royalties itself should be handled something a bit different.
To
So let
elaborate,
me.
So
So sorry. So let me get this right, real quick, Bex, before you hop in. So we're talking. So are we switching from royalties, Kamikaze, to Matt like owning the music? Like, because I'm confused. Like, isn't that one and the same? Like owning
No, it's not
own.
the same. Very
Okay.
similar though, very similar. So, for example, in the music industry, I own the song. I get to choose where it plays. I get to choose where it doesn't play. Now, whenever I do decide to play it, then that's when the royalties come in, and that's when the other people come in. But as the owner, I have all the rights to do whatever I want to do with it.
But isn't me being the customer and buying the NFT, doesn't that make me the new owner of it, or is that not correct? Because
Yeah,
is
so
it
that depends on the licensing of the NFT. Basically, the rights the artists give away when they decide to sell that NFT. It's basically the rights they're giving you for actually buying that NFT. If I'm correct, yeah, just correct me if I'm wrong, OC. But yeah, that's basically how it will work. The artist will have a certain license over their their music, and based on the purchase you make, and the license they have on it, then you have certain rights to that NFT.
Right.
What
So,
else?
say for example, too cold. One of your photography photos that you have into an NFT, whenever it sells, you're gonna get partial royalties. But you do not have the choice to tell somebody. You don't have the right to sell it yourself. If that makes sense.
Okay, so like if somebody came to me and wait, what did you say about I had the what example did you give?
So, for example, say you sell your art the first time, your photography, and then they
Uh-huh.
sell it a second time. That second time that it's being sold, you have no ownership of the NFT. They have 100% decision on what's going to happen, but you still have the royalties within the actual NFT itself. So although you're not owner of the NFT, which gives you the right to sell, the royalties just give you cash whenever it does sell, but it doesn't give you the right to actually sell it itself. So it might not never sell, so you might not never get royalties. Maybe that makes
Okay.
sense.
But that's what I'm saying as a buyer of a music NFT, wouldn't I have that same right or no? Like I bought Lemmy's track. Am I the owner of the NFT that I bought and I could do what I want with it or
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I think we're
yeah.
talking in the sense of the creators of the NFT, not the purchaser. Because yeah, at that point, you're just one person buying the NFT. But I guess what Lemmy was saying is, what if multiple people can buy or own that NFT?
oh, okay. So take my photography picture for example. So you're saying if there was multiple owners of that one image.
Exactly. So
Okay, got you.
exactly.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Bex. Go ahead, Bex, and then we'll get to Chris.
So when we were talking about more of the fractionalizing,
Did she cut out for anybody else, or is it just me?
I thought it was me, but yeah, she did too.
Yeah, I thought it
Yeah.
was me.
You got zapped, Bex. We
okay.
can't hear nothing.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we
Yeah.
can.
Okay, so the upgrades to the multi-sig capabilities that we were talking about last night, remember how I was kept mentioning how important it is, the weight factor
Yeah,
that
we were just talking about that. So yeah, elaborate on 2 minutes before you came in here. We just got off of that exact topic, but go ahead and elaborate on the weight factor and all that stuff.
well, since you already covered that aspect, I'm thinking more so about like
Well, we don't know
on
about the weight. Like we just covered the signatures. We don't we. I didn't know how to explain weight and all of that. So
oh, so okay, so with the new upgrade, the new amendment, you can have up to 32 signatories, but also you can create different types of consensus within those signatories by giving them different weights of power. So you could have like the master creator being the a main signatory that it only takes their signature to you release something, right? And you could have kind of lower other people who maybe bought quote unquote shell of the NFT that then you give signatory access to that account. And in my opinion, that would be like a method of kind of sharding out the NFTs. You would make a shell account that owns that NFT, right? And then you sell off the signatory rights to that shell account, if that makes sense. Um, because but that would only allow you to do that to up to 32 people on any one of those um, accounts.
But then how would the distribution of that payout go? So then it would get like because as they were talking about it, I was like, okay, so if somebody who released a song has all these players in play to get royalties and whatnot. So you got the producer, you got the artist, you got, let's say there's a video behind it or whatever, right? You got all these different people who have are gonna get the royalties on it, and it goes to this one wallet, the multi-sig wallet, and then would they like have it written in a contract that once a month at the end of the month everybody gets paid out like from this wallet, or would it be from every transaction everybody gets their
See,
cut, or like, and then who's
see,
gonna, like, that's hella transactions though, ain't it?
yeah, see, I don't think we're at the point where we can answer that. I guess that sort of backs up my question of why I'm sort of not in a hurry to, push out these NFTs, because there's all those questions that you just brought, and I don't think there's that capability. Maybe with the capability with hooks, we'll be able to do that. But those are all valid questions, and I don't think we have answers for that yet. At least I don't.
Yeah, it's really just the way that it's programmed or designed, right? So if you really dive into the multi-sig functionality and that weighting system, then yeah, you could have a more contractual agreement, not via even on the blockchain, like a business agreement with all your producers and everybody involved in making the music, right? And that's a real valid legal IRL agreement, because smart contracts are not legal agreements, right? So you sign your actual contract, that then this multi-sig capability is more about enforcing the functionality of that. So then you could have, the artist plus the producer have to sign in order for the funds to get released, or whoever. You could have different weights of importance of consensus. So if the artist couldn't consent for whatever reason, or you could make it so that it could never move without the artist consenting. You could have it be at least 4 producers need to consent to this before any movement happens. You could do a lot of different like variation in that. So it really just depends on like, it ultimately it's a dynamic thing that you can program. And so since nobody's done any of this yet, we don't know. We can't
See,
answer all those things.
there's this whole thing about approving after an NFT's already been minted. I really, really hate this idea that, okay, well, now to producers, or for whatever scenario, has to now approve this. How many NFTs are good? This entity going to create? Thousands. How often are you really going to, have to sit down and approve all these transactions just to get paid? Once an NFT gets minted, in my opinion, all that should automatically just boom. All right, set it and forget it. Everything else, the technology is going to do it itself. I don't have to approve anything. It's just automatically going to reach my wallet. I think that's really the way it's going to end up working, but it's a long time from now.
Well, that's been
It
an
is possible. It is possible now. If the only way that would be possible is maybe if you give the platform you actually minting your NFTs on the rights as the owner of the NFTs, and then they do the splitting. But I know not many people are interested in that kind of thing. Not like the open sea type of, you know, their
Well,
type of rules. So like I don't feel like that that could work now, but yeah, it is possible. It is possible, but yeah, I don't think people like that idea.
I
So
would
yeah,
agree
we have to wait.
with that, because yeah, at the end, if you're not the owner, then it's not possible, in my opinion. But I guess there's a workaround where you lose ownership, but at that point, I guess, like you said, it's not your NFT. So
Yeah, and they'll be getting the royalties all the time, so that's another problem. So yeah. we just need to wait and see if there is a solution that we all can agree on and we all like, because definitely as a musician you don't want to be having to sign all these payments and agreeing amongst each other whether to accept the payment or not, um, and wait for someone to sign a transaction in order for it to go through, all those kind of things. Especially if someone has a larger weight than other people in the group as part of the signatories, it is going to be an issue because yeah, someone might just have a big head and say, okay, yeah, I'm just going to make this payment come through because I have most of the the higher weight in this. um I'm gonna try get other people to get on my side and agree, and I might reach the requirements for a transaction to go through. And yeah, it may not be fair like that. So those kind of things are, you know, the back of my mind. We need to definitely consider that kind of thing, especially in the music industry, because yeah, there's different levels to it, and we really want to, compensate everybody, and without having to do all the tough work, the manual work. So yeah, I do agree. We just have to wait. We just have to give it time, though. We'll definitely get a solution, but it would be hook based. I do feel like it would be a hook, some type of hook. Um, Unless yeah, the whole multi sig thing is something you're cool with, then yeah, I could go with that.
I don't even think the multi-sig is even feasible because, I mean, usually once I guess you make it to a certain level, you work with another collective, and you might not even talk to them for another year. And for you guys to be on the same page and like, hey, don't forget you got to approve this transaction, or it's yeah. And then what if an accident happens and they can't approve it, and now what? I don't know. I don't think. I think the automation is gonna be. It's gonna have to be the way. Before let me.
Man, I'm trying to wrap my head around everything. I just want to touch on something Kamikaze said, like with you got somebody who might hold more weight than you do, and it just kind of that statement kind of reminds me of the music industry in general. Like when people are signed to labels, and that person actually does hold more weight than you, and they gonna call the shot. The music game is not even fair in itself. It's like it's kind of giving me them vibes. I'm still trying to like understand like the dev side of the conversation, but I just wanted to kind of speak on that. Like I think in the beginning of all of this is gonna get it could get tricky if you got a lot of people involved with a piece of work. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's the nature of the game, but we gotta it's gonna have to be a trial. These situations will have to be documented. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully it can get worked on. I don't like I said I don't know the dev side. I don't know if you can go back and work on it or not. But just me thinking out loud from hearing the conversation with not really having a lot of knowledge on the dev side.
Yeah, it it's definitely something we need to consider. But yeah, what you're saying is correct. Yeah, though it does seem like somewhat like a record label where someone would be in that. So
You're
having
you're cutting in and out right now.
I, I got something we can speak on. I don't know. You guys can find and type
Wait,
it on top.
hold on, Elsie. Chris, you wanted to jump in here?
Yeah, I just want to actually, Bex kind of touched on this a bit, but the most powerful thing in your ownership is kind of distracted by blockchain to begin with. The the thing you want to focus on the most would probably be your terms of use, terms of service, contracts. Like everything you write in the illegal agreement can do a lot of powerful things to just simple tokens and NFTs. So if you have written in a legal binding terms of ownership, saying that, and this is a way to fractionalize without doing anything complicated. Like you can simplify all of this. So if I make an NFT that's a song, and I have 10 copies of it, and each one of them's labeled in a different way. So I can have one that's the artist copy, the producer copy, and then you can get into like, I have one that has the movie rights, right? And then I could have another one that's all of North America, all of Europe, that would be like streaming in those areas, or radio licenses. And then if you, as long as you have that written in your contract to the owners of the tokens, because the issue is, if you just go and mint your music and you sell it, it's the same thing as having a website where you pay the money, you get the music or song file. You have no idea what right that gives you. You just received the file. What do I get to do with it, right? So your contract should be, very heavily discussed with everybody. It should be gone over with a lawyer. You should do lots of what ifs. Really go through that. And if you're minting on a platform, and they provide that contract, you're still going to want to take that to a lawyer and say, hey, does this work the way that the salesman told me? Is this actually, in my best interest? How does this work in the future? Do you see anything in here that treats me or any of, the owners unfairly? Like, let's go through this and talk about it. And your lawyer might find something that platform didn't even consider and could be improved. And that contract, I think, in my opinion, should be minted on IPFS or in some way that you can actually track versions and it can't just be changed. And IPFS has a cool thing. I think it's called commit, where you can have the one file but still have different versions and still call it the same way. So there's lots of tools on blockchain and the way we use it that can be used simpler. I know every time an amendment comes out, we want to use all these cool features, and they would work in those ways. But just simply minting something 10 times and then having a license explain what each one of them does. And then you could even do that in layers where if you want to completely sell all rights to that, you would need to own all the tokens. Or if you want to have it in, say, an A-list movie, you could have it as a condition that not just the movie token is needed to be owned by that studio. They also need to have the artist and the producer. That way, if a B-list movie wants to have your music, they can maybe buy that movie right for $1,000 on the decks, and then you're not being taken advantage by seeing your music in a blockbuster movie later, because they would have been required to buy 3 levels of what you've described in your contract. So the contract is like the biggest, heaviest thing. Like, I know we want to go to the future where we're getting away from studios and such, but you need to also think of, what services. I know they're charging a lot and you lose a lot of your rights, but what were they providing that we need to take over to the future, where you're not really cutting them out, you're changing them. Right now it's going to be some kind of app that gives you a lot more, but you need to make sure that everything that was provided on the old technology is brought over. There's a lot to learn. Those people have been around forever. They've been doing what they do forever. And honestly, it's going to be those people that end up in some of these big platforms, right? You're not just going to completely cut them out. They're going to come over. So they're the better setup you can get now and understand how much of that you need to bring over, the safer you're going to be when those people start bringing themselves and injecting themselves into the future. Because as soon as they get here, man, they're going to try and transform whatever has been created by us into what it was that made them money over there. So there's lots to think about. There's definitely, everybody needs to just stop letting blockchain distract you from what it is that you want to provide, because it's so easy to just look at sell the token, get the right. Well, no, you need to clarify that somehow. That's kind of what we're seeing with Rider Rips and such, is there's nothing there saying you own that image to begin with, right? Where's the contract? Where's the thing saying that I am the sole owner of it? Where's the thing that says what it is that I own of it? What is it that's unique, that is mine? And what right does that give me? What do I get to do with it? How long do I maintain it? Like, what does owning that token actually give me, other than we're all going to speculate on the floor price and make money? Because that's all it is right now, so without those contracts, right? It's I own a token and we all assume that it means something, and we all put this weird ass fucking value on it, and we all make some money until somebody like Ryder comes along and goes, hey guys, you're all fucking morons. You're all trading this token that didn't have a contract behind it, and now I'm gonna stick your fucking song on all my NFTs or this big movie, and there's nothing you can do about it because the courts don't understand what you did because you guys were lazy. Like, there's so much work, and anybody creating a platform for this, you have a lot of work ahead of you. Just the app, just the website, just making it function is not even half the deal. You're going to be paying lawyers. You're going to be building contracts. You're going to be testing and testing and testing and testing, and you're going to fail somewhere. And when you fail somewhere, that's when you're going to really, lock down what it is that you're providing. Like, until you fail somewhere, you won't know where the hole is. So it's actually pretty exciting. I can't wait, especially for your guys' platform coming out. I feel bad. I was given beta access very early to it, and all I did was log in, and I haven't really kept up on it. But I'm glad to see you guys are still around.
Hey, so we got hands up. Let's get to thank you for that, Chris. Let's get to OC, Red Eye, and then Dan, and then we'll circle back to Kamikaze to I guess respond to that.
I'm really glad that you said all that, Chris, because right now, yeah, we're just looking at the technical side, and we're not really looking at the actual licensing side and the whole legal side of it. And that sort of brings up to the point that what I just pinned to the top, where Crypto Wolf, he stated that Kanye West stakes to claim NFT and metaverse trademark. And that, to me, this just made my heart drop, because one, he has the funding, he has the network. Like you said, he's gonna easily come in and just sweep this fucking shit right under us. And it sucks. I really hate that. At the same time, it's good, but I really hate that because there's a bunch of creators that have been working on this, and for somebody to just come out of the blue, and he's a very knowledgeable person, especially in the forms of expressing music, and I think he's definitely going to come in with different ways on how NFTs are looked at as far as expressed, like through art, where the actual NFT itself is art. And that's sort of something I'm trying to head towards too, as far as when I create my NFTs. And as soon as I read it, I was like, man, this was gonna have the same exact idea, or it's gonna be somewhere along the line, because he's thinking like a producer now. When it comes, he's bringing his production or his experience in the music industry into the tech side, and that just made my heart drop. It's like, son of a bitch.
Go ahead, Red Eye.
All right, so I've been thinking about this, and before anybody uploads their tracks online to any platform or distribution company, they should already have their tracks copyrighted and through BMI or what's the other one, ASCAP, and the info there will all the info will be there, like the splits, like 33%, 50%, or whatever, and you can go off of that as well. But the biggest challenge of all this, I think, is going to be, are people going to be uploading stuff that's already copyrighted and not from them? There has to be like possibly a way to scan that, so somebody's not using a hook or something from a song that's already made.
Oh, that's dope. I never thought about audio recognition. Definitely.
All right, thank you for that, Red Eye. Go ahead, Dan. Let's go ahead on.
Hey, sorry. Yeah, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, we can.
Sorry, I just had to run off. I've just run back, and you called me on. So I've actually been listening from pretty much near enough the start. Now, my specialty is not music, by the way, guys, but I am interested to listen, learn, and research about it, and hear your views. And I tell you what, there were some really good points from a lot of you, all the way from the beginning, about the whole music industry and NFTs, and it's been quite educational, even just listening on this cast. So I appreciate that. So what I was looking at, while you guys have been talking, I've been taking loads of notes and going over everything. And from what I can tell, there is a bit of a gap in the music industry in terms of NFTs, and it's for all the strengths and weaknesses which you guys have brought out. And I'd say, in a way, the music industry, especially in NFTs, is probably rarer than what it is for actual traditional art. The music's a bit harder to get across. And I've taken a small interest in it, especially speaking to yourself too, Cold, and Lemmy as well. To think, how can we fill that gap? What would be, the best approach to make, music stand out in sort of the NFT market, and all the points you brought out. Everyone's on the ball for the strengths and weaknesses. I've got a load of notes in front of me. I'm going to try and read through it without boring the hell out of you as I go. But in my opinion, I think if music was to take off as an NFT, especially on the XRPL, probably the best way to do it would be to consolidate nearly all NFT artists in the music industry globally, and maybe work off some sort of launch platform to bring in the demand for music, because it's not everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone is interested in NFT music for all the reasons you spoke about, and it comes down to the confusion of where are the rights are. If someone buys the token, do they have the rights for their own advertisements, or even would they have the rights for a movie trailer? If they sell the token on, do they still hold them rights? There is a bit of confusion on that. And I was listening to the multi-sign wallet earlier from Aulia, and I had to jump in and out, so I didn't catch all of it. Unfortunately, that's something I missed. So I'll try and catch up on that again later. But I think in terms of music, I think what would really take off, especially for the XRPL, I really think that there'd have to be some sort of. I think it's combining music with because a lot of NFT art is visual art. And then when you've got music, you've obviously got sound. And I think for music to really take off, it might be worth trying to see or combine artists on a video sort of way with music, or even in a sort of VR augmented reality way, and sort of advance on it. I might be talking a bit crazy. My experience in NFT music is very minimal. I am here to learn, so I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Well, that in itself right there that's kind of what Astrals on X is already doing.
That's right.
Yeah. And just real quick, for anybody who doesn't know, this is Daniel, who is the creator of the project DP Monks Finance, which is also the creator of the exchange that's going to be launched on the XRPL, which is Radical X, right? And and with Radical X, he has a group that he's onboarded into what he's calling the syndicate, and me and Lemmy have we got voted in, right? Lemmy for his music, and me for it's going to be for my photography work. So that this is very interesting, and I'm glad that he's jumping in the conversation for being on the exchange side, right? Like he's not just he's not doing what Kamikaze's doing. He's doing a whole exchange marketplace, right? So this is who Daniel is.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So I'm at the moment I'm learning, and I'm learning and taking in everything you guys have said. I've got about 24 lines of notes here, everything that you guys have gone over, and my aim at the moment, listening to what you guys are saying, is to think right, and I believe there is a gap here, and if played right, it could be filled quite well. but with the benefit of you guys, the users. So how can we best go about that? So I'm going to have a good think on everything that you guys have spoke about, and and I've got loads of ideas, and I'll do pros and cons on all of them. Um, but being on here has been absolutely educational, and I am. We have a NFT exchange, and obviously it's for artworks. Now, to display music, you might have to do something different, and it's not something I've considered before, and it is something I'm definitely considering now. Um, and it might even be where the music industry itself on the NFT side might need a whole new, different kind of application to broadcast yourselves as users. Sorry, as content creators. So, yeah, I'm going to have a good think on it. But yeah, I've really enjoyed listening to everyone that's spoken today. So, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, thank you. That's this, and this is what these vibes. This is what these calls are for. And since we've started, as you can see, I got the number 10 up there. Right, we're 10 weeks in. We've been here consistently every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And because of our consistency, regardless of how big or small the room is, today, like, it just shows what we're doing it is important in this space, and having these weekly calls, the wake and bake vibes, and talking about this music side of NFTs, is we're doing, we're fulfilling the goals that we set out to do. And we're glad that everybody is here tapping in and joining the conversation. So Kamikaze, I know that was a lot. Everybody was said. I know Chris said a lot of important topics, OC as well, Red Eye, and Daniel. So you want to touch on any of those, and then we'll circle back around to you guys with your hands up. And then after that, I feel like we've been talking too much, right? Y'all want to get into some vibes, right? This is the wake and bake vibes. You feel me? So after we get to these hands, we'll drop that exclusive track. What you think, Kamikaze?
Yeah, for sure. But just to conclude, bit of what Chris was saying as well, and to just respond to that, yeah, I do agree. Need to focus more on the you know the legal side of things. Basically the rights of ownership in terms of these NFTs. And yeah, that's something I've been working on in the background and trying to figure out the legal aspects of NFT ownership, and how people will own, and what it means for a person to own certain NFTs. Yes, it's gonna take a lot of time, but I do feel like it would be worth it, and it would actually make a difference in a whole lot of musicians' lives as soon as something like that comes into play. So I do appreciate you bringing that up, and it is something I haven't been putting much um attention to. So I'll definitely put more attention to that, because yes, the technical stuff is quite a breeze to get through, but the legal stuff is where people get taken out. So yeah, most tech companies don't focus on those, and that's where the downfall comes in, because they're too focused on you know the easy techie stuff, that could easily be done. So yeah, I appreciate that. I'll definitely now take that into consideration a bit more. And yeah, I'm gonna work on those kind of things. The different types of NFT are own it rights, basically the ownership. And that's something I was thinking of, like what the different types of rights. That's why I mentioned the masters thing. So having like the master copy of basically the contract, or like of the song, um being able to do that, and someone owning that um might mean something completely different to someone having just the rights to play it in a movie, just using it as a soundtrack, maybe just for one time. And then maybe after that one time, um they just have listening rights after that. So those kind of things are, you know, those aspects of NFTs is something I've been thinking of, um, as well as, you know, being able to not only do that, but like for the producers as well. Like I was thinking of this as OC mentioned, the Kanye West thing that was brought up onto the jumbotron. I was thinking like, to the producers aspect of NFTs, I'm thinking like maybe selling different parts of different instruments, different stems, even, those kind of things, or even your your what is it, basically your mixer track, your presets, basically all those kind of things, those can be tokenized. And I think those are the aspects that not many people do focus on. So having those kind of things could be possible, though. I do see that in terms of the
So
Kanye West. So yeah.
so with that, Kamikaze, I don't think you were at that cookout when we had Feature on here. Feeture. So if you guys go back on the YouTube channel and look for that space call that has that guy on it, that project, that very last part of what you just talked about, that is exactly what they do. They like if you play bass, you can lease out, rent out, or sell out the bass beat or whatever, like different sections of the beat. Like you have to listen to that call to understand. So you also might want to get in touch with him. And yeah, so Feature again, Feeture. And the fact that, you know, I know that there hasn't been heavy push on Sonar Muse's Twitter page and trying to bring attention to it and hype to it and this and that. And that's because Kamikaze, as you hear it right out his mouth, he's like, is a stand up guy, right? He's not here to try to get a cash grab, and he hasn't even distributed any of his tokens yet. And he's like been developing this project, right? And just the fact that he said it right here. If it has to take a little bit more time to do more research on things and figure other things out, then that's what he's going to do before he pushes everything all the way out and starts trying to get it out there, right? And push it hella aggressively. So, I appreciate you just for that as being a project, and sitting here and taking in all the information and suggestions and everything, right? Not just for being, being my right hand and left hand guys, right? Like just for you being a project creator and owner. That says a lot about the project, and where you want to take in it and how long you really want to be here. So shout out to you for that. And so let's get to OC and Red Eye after that, and then we'll jump into the exclusive track of the week. You feel me? Because we've been jabbing our jaws for quite some time and haven't had no music break. And we definitely need some of that in the Wake and Bake vibes. You dig? All right, OC. You up first, and then Red Eye.
Yeah, I just wanted to continue what sort of the question Daniel brought, that where he's comparing art NFTs and music NFTs. I sort of want to bring up the idea of when you hear music NFTs, at least when it's coming from me, I don't want you to just think of the song as the NFT. I want you to think of music industry NFTs, such as you can potentially. Well, I mean, I plan to obviously make a music video in NFT, and then potentially you can make a lyric in NFT. You have all these potential options, and it's sort of what I was talking about, Kanye coming in the scene and his creative mind. He's gonna take all over everything that I'm thinking that I want to do. You know, I guarantee you, he's gonna do it with before me because he has the funds and the network. So it's all the process of creating the NFT is also the art itself. in my opinion. So think about music industry NFTs, not just like the actual song as the NFT.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Agreed. Yeah, it's more than just the music. It could be even just, to me, I see it also as like, even if you're a songwriter, yeah, you can put the lyrics, but yeah, you should somewhat give a demonstration of how uh you know um performing those lyrics. So as a songwriter, maybe have a minor audio of just you doing those song lyrics a cappella or something. Those are aspects of music, because yeah, songwriters are one of the most unrecognized artists, in collaborating in a song. They mostly underrated and not compensated enough for the work they do, especially with these big artists. They don't get their fair share, but they do get something. But yeah, that's something I do feel like songwriters are gonna probably benefit quite a lot in this new space, especially when it's gonna be easier for people to build a community together. So yeah, all these aspects, I do agree. Kanye West is gonna come up with some crazy ideas that you never thought of with NFTs, or you did think of with NFTs, and he's gonna think of it on a scale of like 1,000, like tenfold, 1,000-fold. And yeah, he might just expand our horizon with NFTs. We might just be seeing the tip of the iceberg, but we haven't seen like the underneath, the underwater part of it. So yeah, it's crazy. The deeper part of NFTs we might not even fathom yet. So yeah, it's something crazy to look forward to. And yeah, to keep an eye on him though.
Most definitely. Go ahead, Red Eye, my guy.
So I was thinking more on the legal sides and contracts and whatnot. Um, why not have it like a requirement to be on the platform that the track has to be, gone through BMI or ASCAP, because percentage is already done there, and basically you're just going by that contract, and that takes like a lot of weight off your shoulders.
I wouldn't like that because, this is sort of like the way out for independent artists. And what does that mean? It means people without a budget, people who are, fighting every day to get out of the struggle. And, to get to apply for that, it's not cheap. It's a few $100s just for each application. And there's just extra cost. And I think, at least the way I see it, it contradicts the whole independent music wave. But that's definitely a solution. I could see that being happening.
From
All right. Oh,
from what I
oh.
know on BMI, it's free actually. Um, but yeah, I just think that would be a good requirement. I mean, they're the people that they're going to come after for whoever for royalties, anyways, because that's what they do.
Yeah. Yeah. The other way, yeah, it could be. Um just like OC's been saying, automation is something that would be required. So maybe the platform could do that for the artists. Like after they mint a song, it automatically gets sent to BMI or any other um provider for um music rights. So maybe that could work, like maybe sending out the data maybe once a week, like all the uploads that are done. Something like that could ease a process, because yeah, of course, time is money, and people are trying to mitigate all the costs and time.
Well,
So
I think you'll be
yeah,
able
that's
to.
another
I
solution.
think you'll be able to outsource that. I think it's already available where you can outsource sort of the checking of audio and then just once approved, then you just let it pass. But I think you could already do a third party verification with that shit. Excuse me, language.
Yeah, that's possible. I do agree. There is some there is some like um um apps that can do that, like third party software that could do that for you. So yeah, that could definitely, like, with our platform, that's basically the route we are taking to actually review music before it gets minted or uploaded. Because yeah, there could be a point where people just upload music that's not really theirs, or just use um you know lyrics that aren't even theirs on some parts of their songs, without even referencing or crediting the people who are meant to be credited. There's those aspects of things, but yeah, we do plan on having like a review process before songs get uploaded, so that we do mitigate all these legal actions that could come through. So yeah, if you do want to probably, mint an NFT and have it out immediately, then I don't think Sonar Muse would be the platform for you, unless we do incur like a huge fee for you to actually do that. Because having having music like that um on platforms, and being able to earn your residual income, your royalties off that, you need to make sure that you are following the steps, and we're actually doing the right thing by, reviewing the music beforehand. So yeah, that's one aspect of things that we might do.
All right, and with that said, let's roll into this exclusive track of the week. This is the 10th exclusive track that Lemmy and Kamikaze have brought, right? Where this is the only place you're gonna hear these songs, because out of the previous nine, they haven't put it up on any of their personal platforms yet, right? So who knows what it is that they have planned with all this music that they got. But this is the first place you can hear it. And the only places you'll be able to hear it is also going to be in, you could go play the YouTube calls back, right? Because they're put up on there, all these wake and bake calls. And also, I might play the song throughout some other XRPL cookout calls that I do host throughout the week. So, with that being said, you want to set this up, Kamikaze and Lemmy, and let them know what this track is about to be.
All right, I think Lemmy should start though. Yeah, he he's the one who initiated the song, so yeah.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, this one's called No Iron Team. Kamikaze sent me the beat pack. This one, the name of this beat that he sent me is called -8. You know, 8 is my life path number, and it's also Kamikaze's life path number. You can see my avatar. I got them eights up. So this I guess this track would give me my triple eight. You dig? Being that we got the wake and bake today. The No Iron Team. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory. When you a team, you you may be on a win streak, you may be on a losing streak, you know what I'm saying? But you're still a team, and even Michael Jordan had 5 players on his team. Some of the greats have had had a team that they had to build around. And being that my team on the XRPL is Too Cold Kamikaze, you know, it's just a reinforcement for anybody that got their team. You know what I'm saying? We all together in this thing. Even it even speaks to it even speaks volumes in the conversation that we had. Like when you got that multi-sig wallet, you might not be on the team with them folks in the contract, or you might be on teams with the people in the contract. You know, there's no I, and you got them head honchos who want to take over the game, or take over the whole contract or the NFT deal. You know, you might want to tell them it's no I in team. We all did this, so that's just what it is. The only I on my team, by the way, is the ISO 22 right now. ISO, that's the only I that's probably on my team right now. So, and I do state that in the track.
You know what? Like
Take the
today
smoke
was
off.
the only day. Today was the only day like I actually heard that line where he says, like the only I is ISO, and I was like, oh damn, okay, now I get it. But in terms of the song though, like yeah, um, he sent it back to me. The beat was called -8. It is actually -8 degrees. It was a beat that I had like 420 in mind. So yeah, it gave me that like stoner vibe when I made it. But the song, to me, yes, it's all about, s- sticking together as a team and not trying to be the one that stands out. With your team you could have arguments here and there, but you can't let that get to you and jeopardize a whole thing. So rather just get through things, talk things out, and at least work together, because at the end you all have the same goal, you have the same objective, and it won't work out if you just a one-man show. So yeah, it's no iron team, it's two eyes and we though. But yeah, that's one line I do say. But yeah, that's basically it. Like that's how it came about. Like speaking about team and the dynamics of a team, it was crazy the way that the song just came. The timing, it's like things are starting to flow with the team, with the squad. So yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate Too Cold and Lemmy. So this is a song. There's no iron team.
All right, and with that being said, again, the exclusive track of the week of the Wake and Bake Vibes by my guys Lemmy and Kamikaze. You can only hear it here, and let's get into it. Come on, Bluetooth. Don't let me down now. Oh, this thing is acting shitty. Hold on, guys. Just give me a second, guys. Just hold on. Triangle trap tsunami.
Toxic dreams, plotting schemes. Whoa, whoa, beam, XRP, green, fresh and clean. I am team, ain't no I in team. Going as Jordan, going as Kobe, going as Gretzky. This why they bless me. You cannot flex me. I'm a profession. Shoes like Pesci. I don't drink Pepsi. Alkaline water. It's why I'm a starter. And I'll be a martyr. Cause I wrote the martyr. I got Kamikaze. And I got Too Cold. XRPL. That's digital true gold. ISO 22 mode. The only I in my team. XLM. Algorand, man. It's boosting my self-esteem. XDC. Playing games like Monkey. Tie my dress with a scrunchie. My portfolio was on bungee. Ask the country you can't pump me. Ever seen Elmer Fudd with a super soaker? My crypto was busting off like a shotgun. Blood type diet, eat carrots like Bugs Bunny. All about my patty mayonnaise, y'all done funny. Toxic dreams, plotting schemes. Whoa, whoa, beam, XRP. Green, fresh and clean. I am him, ain't no I am team. Toxic dream, plotting scheme. Whoa, whoa, beam, XRP. Green, fresh and clean. I am him, ain't no I
team. There's no I in team, but two eyes and we, ooh, yeah. And we play no games, got no time to engage. Word up to climate change. I keep my cool -8, and that's degrees. Cold flow, got you feeling the breeze. No rest, but we getting the cheese. Cool cat, jazz it up in the scene. Payment pointers, we pushing P. Dotting my I's and crossing my T's. On point, me and Lemmy made another joint. New heights like we're smoking a joint. Ooh. Yeah, but you can't reach that level. New flows, yeah, I got several. My art gallery's clever. Money climbing up numerals. Too high, that's the usual. No I in team. All eyes on me. It ain't a dream. Looking fresh and clean. Like damn, who's a man? Forever young like Peter Pan. I'm fly. Catch me if you can. Making my way to the rags. Cause I don't scheme. I just get the cream. Get in the dough. Get in the bread. Get in the cheese, toxic dreams, plotting steam, whoa whoa beam, XRP, green, fresh and clean. I am him, ain't no I in team, toxic dreams, plotting steam, whoa whoa beam, XRP, green, fresh and clean. I am him, ain't no I in team.
Wow, wow, wow. There we go with the.
I have a question. I have a question. My mind's just spinning. Was one of the lyrics in there my art gallery coming up clever?
You heard it. You heard it.
Yeah,
Okay, I
my
just tweeted something
my
that
art
said that
gallery is
exactly. I'm just like, I
Same. See, like minds, right? That's why we all here in this space call. So again, that was the exclusive track from Lemmy and Kamikaze. Uh, and like I said, y'all ain't gonna hear it nowhere else but here. So y'all was the first to hear that. So yeah, that's how we do it here. So that was a dope track, y'all. Good shit, good shit. Bringing the heat as usual every week with the exclusive track for the Wake and Bake vibes.
appreciate it. It's all Lemmy. It's all Lemmy with the vibes. You know, this is now the stage where we now going on the boom bap beats because I sent him like a beat pack with that the old school kind of vibes. So yeah, we definitely gonna be in that bag for a while, and yeah, we'll keep it coming. Few surprises here and there, but yeah, we got something coming.
For sure, for sure. Shout out to Kamikaze with the beat. You know, the beat gave me that them Biggie dead wrong vibes. You're dead wrong. You're dead. It gave me them type of beat. Them type of vibes. But yeah, the boom bap is bapping. We gonna get some trap in there soon. But we got a tsunami. We got a wave for y'all coming. Appreciate it too, Cole. Yeah, appreciate it by the way.
Y'all killing it, guys.
Appreciate it, OC.
Yep, no problem. And with that, does anybody else you want to move on to another subject, Kamikaze? We want to pick up where we was leaving off. I just felt we needed a little music break. We hadn't heard no tunes in a minute, so
Um, yeah, we can still talk about NFTs though. I wanna ask producers though, like, do you guys see the whole leasing and like, okay, I can ask Crypto Red, like, since he's a producer, like the whole leasing and selling your beat as an exclusive and like selling the whole right completely to an artist. Um, Seeing that as NFTs, do you see that being a big market for you guys? Because yeah, as a producer. I do see that as something, but yeah, I just want to I want to find out your opinion and what you think of that.
Yeah, it's definitely a big market for beat makers and stuff. Uh, yeah, leasing and the contracts on that leasing and how many copies are you allowed to sell versus how much percentage you get afterwards or whatever it is on there. I mean, it's all different. Yeah, man. Fuck, I'm baked.
Hey, welcome to the Wake and Bake vibes, bro. It's
For
all
for
good. It's all good.
for those of you who don't know, Red Eye he produced the Spartan Arena theme soundtrack right in the intro of the video. Some dope ass beat, bro.
Thanks.
Okay.
That was fun.
All right. All right. We got Xenon up here. What's going on, my guy?
What's up? What's up, guys? Too Cold, Kamikaze, Chris, Crypto, Libby, OC. Yeah, I was thinking about the licensing stuff, and I've been paying attention to Algorand. There's way too much of music projects on there, so like it's hard to keep up with all of them. But there's a lot of like licensing of artists and music and NFTs and stuff. And what's
I need
crazy,
to.
yeah, what's crazy with Algorand is in South Africa, right? There's the Algorand University of Cape Town, and the adoption of Algorand is so huge down here. And like for the last 12 to 15 years, like you have MTV Africa, and the African music culture has been so huge. So with Algorand and those stuff is also going to be huge with licensing and artists that I'm seeing come out from this country as well as other countries.
Yeah, to piggyback on what he's talking about, Exanon, you heard of the Oculus? I seen that Oculus coin. Algorand is doing some good big things.
Yeah, there's a new one that came out. I think it's LimeWire.
Oh yeah, LimeWire did do something with them. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. They did.
Yo, that's
They
fire.
just did
That's
something.
fire. So like it is gonna be more. It's becoming more apparent that yeah, music and NFTs is a relationship that is here to stay. Because you can basically make use of music in a tokenized fashion, more than m- any other. I feel like all the other ways to tokenize assets is not as big as the music industry because there's so much you can do. But I am looking forward to seeing a lot of stuff happening on the XRPL though. I do see it being one of the major the major places though for music on yeah for music in general on the blockchain. I do feel like the XRPL is one of those places.
I got a question for everybody in here though. Do y'all like for being? I know we are independent artists, but just looking at like the whole music game in general and just that topic touching on with Kanye and all of that stuff. Do y'all truly believe that music NFTs is gonna free every artist in the music game? like how we trying to be independently free? Like which was was because with Kanye doing that, yeah, it's like damn these motherfuckers they hopping on it now. Like I feel what OC saying like damn we over here we're somewhat pioneers of this shit, and then they just jump into it because they got the bread and shit like that. But do you that I don't want to get away from the question. Do y'all think that music NFTs is truly gonna free those artists that are shackled up in contract deals and things of that sort? Do we think that's gonna happen?
I think far as the best part of that, I think is going to be people getting paid quicker, revenue. Whether it's daily or as is. Um, yeah, that's what I think on that part.
My opinion is nope. Um, I agree with Red. I agree with Red Eye that that's it's a game changer when it comes to the actual artists who are in the game, to for them to actually get their funds a lot quicker and a lot easier, and over 90% of the percentage going to them. But I don't think it's going to change the outcome of the number of artists coming up. The reason I say that is because when Web 2.0 came out, that was already a game changer for other musicians. That was already the next level. Yo, now I can put out music without having a label. That was you know, when we really had the tools as independent musicians to really go out there and do it. And I think the difference is whoever's gonna do it, they're gonna do it regardless of the tools. So it's just more about the grind. It's more about the individual artist actually putting in the work. Because now that I guess I can say every single artist is now coming out just because NFTs are out. Now you could potentially say, just like our NFT, now the market is saturated with new artists. So what's gonna make you stand out from this new saturation in the pool? Now you're gonna have to bring up your game even more. So now you're gonna have to adapt, be more creative. Just because you're first in NFTs, eventually everybody's gonna get to that level. So what's the next game changer? So you're still always going to have to evolve and develop. That's really just coming. Not only happens with the grind of the actual artist, what work is he putting in? And I don't think just because there's NFTs, that's not going to change the work ethic of artists. So therefore, it will help for those who are doing it, but it's not going to change the outcome.
Yeah, I gotta agree with both of you guys. I don't think it's gonna change much. It's not gonna free many artists though. Depends on the value you bringing, you know, in the industry. And yeah, it definitely depends on the work you put in. So if the work will speak for you, if your NFT isn't doing what you intend uh for it to do, then it's all on you because now you're the free artist. You're in control. Basically, it's basically gonna give you more freedom to do what you want, especially in terms of receiving your payments more instantly than before, and sort of seeing having some sort of transparent contract because all the payments are going to be public, so you'll be able to see if you are signed under a label. You'll be able to see all these transactions that have gone through from the that have been sent to your label based on a song you own or you've made, and the payouts that are coming through. You could see them, but you might not be able to do anything about it. But I I do see the freedom in terms of being able to see everything now publicly and all that. Um, but with regards to the artists, not many will be free, especially those who are signed to labels. They might not be free completely because there's always hidden clauses. That's the sad part. There's always hidden clauses, and you might fall under one of those. NFTs could be part of these clauses that they've had for a long time, and you thought maybe that's a loophole for you to get out of your contract, but maybe they saw that NFTs could be something in future, and they added something in the clause or in the contract that includes an NFT you know type object to be sold. So yeah, it all depends on the labels and how they move too. So it might not it it might not because labels could just want to buy the rights to certain songs. And that's also another topic that I've thought of, like, uh that's why I was thinking about the fractional ownership and masters. So basically a label, imagine a label buying buying the rights or partial rights to a song that you have just because it's a hit now, because yeah, you're an independent artist, you've been making hit NFTs, so they want somewhat ownership of that so they could earn revenue too. Those are the kind of things that could happen, which low key, it does give you freedom, but at the same time not really, because you're still working under the machine though. Uh but yeah, that's my take on this.
Go ahead, Exanon.
Yeah, I agree. When I was looking into this projects that first came out, like Opolis and stuff like that, there was private rounds. So if people were dropping NFTs, the first people to get into those NFTs were the record labels. It wasn't to the public. So that stated, because of these private rounds, they still control there, and those contracts, the Kamikaze is spot on with that. Also, if you look at what Spotify is doing, right, although these artists are there, they have something called Verbatim as well, which is like NFTs going. So you kind of see the music is still going into that direction, but it's still under that record label. And if you look at it, what in the future from now, they have protocols like these corporations that buy more crypto than us, right? They have a huge percentage of the so-called token, and they have power in governance over the protocol and stuff like that, which we have to take in consideration. So definitely, I don't see us as being like free, but I do believe that they'll be able to drop their music anytime they want to, instead of having a set date. I've seen what Tory Lanes do that.
Yeah, Tori. I sorry, I got distracted a bit. Tori. So, but I just heard Tory Lanez. So, what I do know Tory Lanez did is he did drop an NFT, and I think he sold. He had a million. He minted a million copies and sold a million. I think it was because everything was 111. I think it was he sold a million NFTs in 1 minute for $1. Was that right, or was it 10 minutes?
Yeah, somewhere like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something like
short
that.
span of time. But yeah, I do see that that's basically what could benefit the users more now, because then they can flip it. Because now, like I said, music is a collectible. So basically, you keeping keeping that NFT for years, it could mean something. Even though the song might not be a hit now, it it would have value in future, because it was a collectible and there was only a certain amount left. Just like vinyls and cassettes, they're now making a set amount for artist albums rather than having like huge um amounts of these types of collectibles. I do consider them collectibles now, they or merch, because yeah, not many people use it for the listening purposes. They use it just as a collectible. So yeah, I do see that kind of thing. The users are going to benefit though, from that, when it comes to the situation with Tory Lanes. They buying it for $1 now. In future, they're gonna be able to sell it for maybe 10 or even 100, and they've already flipped that. And yeah, that's something that is going to be more prevalent, that artists, like Exanon said, artists are going to be able to upload and release music at a quicker rate and make their income at a quicker rate because of blockchain technology and the tokenization of music. So yeah, it's a big thing, but yeah, I do feel like, yeah, not many are gonna be free though. Definitely not everybody is gonna be free. It could help them, start getting their funds up, their money, financial freedom in some way, but they won't really be that free. That's what I can say, Lip.
Depends on use cases coming down the road too, because you never know when something's going to happen that can make things explode. But I just wanted to say hi to everybody. Uh, Probably very few of you know me, but I hope you're all having a great day. Too Cold's my friend, and she knows why I'm excited, and I know why she's excited today. So that is all.
What up, D? Thank you, my guy. Appreciate you for stopping in. So he is. We're in a project together, so we've got some exciting news within the community. So that's what we're excited about. But this is not the call for that, right? We're talking about music and music NFTs. But yeah, we are on the FKM pirate ship, and some things will be rocking and rolling in that movement here pretty soon. But yeah, definitely appreciate you for dropping in. Kick back and catch some vibes with us. We're gonna play some music in a minute, and we're just having these discussions about music NFTs and what that's gonna look for on the XRPL, and what this looks for artists who are getting into music NFTs, and all the things that need to be looked at as far as minting on a platform, what it means to mint it, when you do mint it, and all that type of stuff. So Daniel, welcome back, my guy. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to bring up a point that D said, and I wanted to sort of follow on from it because it was on my mind, and it's sort of to the floor to everyone's thoughts, right? And I know you as music content creators, there's a lot of emotion and spirit in what you do. But as the NFT token, when it's minted, when with your artwork issued as a currency, if you like, as an NFT, what would you say, out thinking outside the box, and this is an open floor because I'm thinking of it right now, what would you say, past it being just music, what would you consider being a possible utilized role owning that token?
I would have to say it might be. I'm in a server room, guys. Data center. Sorry about the noise, but I would say that's really where the creativity starts. And you know, when it comes, for you asking for an artist to share that, I sort of feel like you're asking them to reveal their artwork, which potentially the way they release it, it's going to be for you, in my opinion, for you as an artist or what's more, where you're pretty much asking the way because those the answer to the question that's exactly going to be the reason why somebody's going to go, hey, I'll buy it from you versus buying it from them. Um, so it's
I
very
suppose what I'm saying
difficult.
is, and I
But
don't mean to. I don't mean to like
for example, what I
disrespect.
could say, I mean, or
Oh,
what's
sorry,
already
go on.
been done, Nas, don't really answer. No, I don't think there's just some big guy. I wasn't disrespectful, sorry, like in the
Well,
public.
you're coming in very crappy, just so you know.
Yeah, I guess the point I was making was right, because blockchain technology is a complete advancement of everything we do. It's going to disrupt the financial system, which you're all aware of. But let's say we go into diversification of what an NFT is, and the music that you produce, is a representation of your heart and spirit and soul. Yeah, and people love that, right? They listen to that. But let's just say, because I am trying to think, how could the music industry explode? How could you beat everyone else to make music stand out more? And that's why I ask, what would you consider? Including the music itself. Is there a way we could make music a utilized role in some way? And to be honest, like most of the issued currencies on the XRPL, they all pretty much do the same thing until they have a platform to run on, right? And that's fact. They're pretty much blanket all the same. And I always say this to everyone: whenever there's anything to do with cryptocurrency, it's not all about just having a cryptocurrency. You need something for it to run on. You need that use case, that utility. So let's say you've got your music NFT, you've got your music implemented on the issue currency as an NFT on the blockchain. What else could we do to make it explode, to make you guys stand out? What would be this, the next utilized role that could combine with it? That was sort of my thoughts, and I'm thinking on it now.
I think the involvement of your community is one way to make the whole music aspect of NFTs blow up, because Web3 and blockchain, that's where we are, and it's all about building a community. So having your people and focusing mostly on those people can bring you more people, because everything's public. Like I've been saying, like everything's public, so you'll be able to see, like, okay, this person owns um an OC Lost Art NFT, or his group's NFT. He so he sees OC Lost Art's NFT, and then he sees, okay, maybe he could buy a faded NFT because he sees that the person owns an OC Lost Art and a faded, so you'd want to check it out. And from there, um, they'll see your interests and start, getting into the kind of music you're into. So that kind of thing is on the table with regards to bringing bringing music to the forefront in terms of NFTs. The community is what's gonna drive that. That's what I think. That's one way I do consider, things gaining traction, because at the end of the day, it's all in the hands of the people, and the people decide on what's hot and what's not. So why not just capitalize on that and make sure you focus on the people who are there for you, and they could bring more people for you, rather than you trying to focus on everybody else, um including your community. But like, focus more on your community, though. Focus on those who are interested in you, and I feel like that's what would um bring your career and the music industry as a whole to a higher level. That's my take on it.
I'm at the moment. I'm currently. I've got NFTs that are coming on XLS20. As long as it pulls through, and they are augmented reality characters. You can consider them art and collectibles, but the NFT token itself will act as a key for a platform later. Now, I'm wondering, I'm just asking questions here, guys. I'm not, I'm not a music specialist. Music is not my profession. I'm literally learning and listening to everything everyone's saying. But I'm wondering, would there be a way where, like, music artists on the XRPL could get together, and your music could be a qualifier for something much bigger? So people want to get on that. Then that would bring the demand. Whether it be some sort of XRPL radio, a music wallet where the tokens are held, and the only way you can listen to the music is through that wallet. It would make it semi-centralized / decentralized. You could almost call it a hybrid. But yeah, I'm just thinking outside the box size. So sorry, I'm just asking questions. I don't mean to be rude or anything. I'm just trying to apply what's possible and to what you want to achieve. And I find it very interesting, and everything you guys are saying, I'm taking it all down, and I think it's absolutely brilliant. But yeah, don't let me get away. You carry on.
Real quick before you answer, OC, a lie retweeted, hit the request button again. Twitter's tripping. I brought you up and it kicked you down if you still want to join the conversation. Go ahead, OC.
Well, I think anything is possible. I mean, again, when people think music NFTs, I want you guys to think music industry NFTs, but I also want you to think of just a basic NFTs that, uh, where the face is just the music and the artwork, but the NFT itself is, there's going to be certain rights that you have, and that's really where the value of it's going to be. So anything can be possible. So like I said, somebody or like Nas, he's already providing royalties if you own his NFTs. I know for a fact if you buy an OC Lost Star, well, guess what? I'll be picking one random for every event for that, OC Lost Star original thing. You'll be able to have free tickets to all my entries, like just for having it. Whether you win it for free or you get on second, market, doesn't matter. But it's just whatever you tie into that. Snoop Dogg, he said if you buy his NFTs and you own it, you can do whatever you want. So people started putting it on YouTube, so now they can monetize it on YouTube. It's that itself, I think, is also a piece of art that you know it's really gonna that's where artists have to be the pioneers and say, yo, what can I do different that's not been done before with these tools that are provided. So again, it's just tools, and it just goes down to the caveman to figure out what to do with those tools. It took a while for them to figure out how to make fire, so it's going to be a while for them to make some fire NFT music.
I mean, shit, this is all. I mean, even though you're right, picture NFTs and Bored Ape Yacht Clubs have been around for a minute, right? Like, but as Chris brought up earlier, right, they've been, I guess, breached, if that's what you want to call it, to where now they're being challenged by Ripper, Ryder or Ryder Ripper, right? Because there's no direct there's no exact instruction books on what we're all doing here right now, right? And we're all here figuring it all out together, and I mean, shit, to be honest, let's really keep it 100. We're all kind of fucking making it up as we go, right? But we are we're taking ideas off of where we see things have initiated first, right, in whatever type of direction we're going in, as far as pixel art NFTs or motion NFTs, photography NFTs, music NFTs, right? Because none of us in this room are the very first to do it, right? So we're trying to emulate off of what we've been seeing being done, and then we're trying to figure out how we can put our own vision and twists and things in it. So I mean, yeah, like I always say in all my space calls, like, we're all here learning every single day, and we're all the guinea pigs, whether you're a project, an exchange, or whatever, right? What individual artists, music artists, or picture artists, or whatever. We're all guinea pigs in this thing, and we're all trying to figure it out together. So this conversation has been very, very dope, and I appreciate everybody jumping in and adding to it. A lie retweeted again. I don't know. Twitter is tripping. I DM'd you. You might have to hop out and hop back in because it keeps kicking you down. Kamikaze got rugged. He hit the request button and it was able to bring him right back up. So I don't know if it might be on your end, but you might have to just leave and come right back in. But I definitely want to hear what you want to add to this conversation as well. So. But go ahead. Who is gonna go up next? OC or somebody, or Kamikaze?
So I just
keep thinking about like the production aspect of NFTs. Where do you see that going for you, OC? Since you're a producer, not a beat maker, but like a producer, I'm assuming. Um, where do you see that going for you, and what do you think you can tokenize, or what would you tokenize as a producer?
I'm sorry, bro. I'm in the middle of a gig right now. I'll get back to you.
All right, no stress. Yeah, I was just thinking of that though, like the the types of things you can tokenize as a musician is endless also, because yeah, there's so much to, and there's so much metadata. That's basically it. It's more about metadata also, like what are you gonna provide to the users? What value are you gonna provide to them more than just the music? Because you could have like a concert book. Like I feel like that's where it could go. Like you selling tickets as NFTs, and with that NFT, it comes with maybe the performance version of the song. So you could, like, after the show, be able to access the live performance at any time, until you decide to sell the NFT, or get rid of it. But yeah, those are the kind of things I see for NFTs and music in general, like as a whole, how big things can go, because it can go to that aspect where there is exclusive content like that for certain holders of NFTs, maybe for like a concert, or even a like any kind of event. You probably get like some type of additional merch, or content included with the NFT. So it is beautiful. There's a lot that can come from this. The one aspect that we're also trying to solve, and get through, is, yeah, the whole point of automating the transfers between multiple um you know um right holders, basically the people who are supposed to be paid out, the artists who are supposed to be paid out. That's one of the key points I've taken today, as well as um what Chris mentioned in terms of all the contractual information, the types of NFTs rights you're giving away. Yeah, those are some things that I took away today. And yeah, I'm grateful for this conversation. It definitely helped out a lot. So um thank you to everyone though, who inputted, for sure. Hopefully there's more information that does come along, and could discuss it, and open each other's eyes about like what could potentially come with music, NFTs, or NFTs in general. Because I think like all NFTs are somewhat one and the same, because there has to be one um default schema, or metadata that's already there. So having that having that said, yeah, we're basically all all doing the same thing. So yeah, appreciate all the information though, and all the debates and the ideas that have come. So yeah, if you have anything else to add on, can add on.
I mean, it sounds like closing remarks to me, right? Is there a new topic you want to talk about, or are we good here? Does anybody want to add to this? Add a different topic about music, NFTs, or what are we doing? What are we doing? Y'all let me know.
I have another thing. I just thought about it, like because they are they are like NFTs, like the art NFTs, right? Imagine being able to link the those two NFTs, like maybe an X room. you have that, and you want to use it as an artwork, right, for an album. um, Linking that so that you get you get royalties and they get royalties at the same time. If there's something like that, if there's a hook that ever comes out like that, that's something I would be looking forward to, so that everyone who's involved like gets paid, gets paid fairly. So yeah, that's something else that's come to mind, that's popped to mind. But yeah, um yeah, I do want some way to compensate everybody who needs to be compensated, who has to be compensated for like the NFT or the creation of the NFT in some way. So yeah, that's another thing, like being able to link different kinds of NFTs and add them into one. Is that like a metadata, is that one part of metadata that could be added, like an attribute, or is that just something that would have to be done like via hooks? Because yeah, I do see that being something that artists would like to do, just to link two different NFTs and make one collection somewhat.
Is he rugging for anybody else, or is it just me?
No, also for me.
Yeah, you're coming in banjo-y, Kamikaze.
Oh, that's bad. Okay. So
Uh,
overall, I'm just looking forward to in future ever linking two different types of NFTs, so that like everyone could get credited and compensated. Am I rugging still? Oh, now it's better. I okay, so I have a question for the artists, right? The musicians. When NFTs or when XLS is amended and NFTs are available on the XRPL, how are you going to approach NFTs? Are you thinking of uploading your own music, or are you just
Hey, he breaking up on my end. I'm trying to hear Kamikaze. I can't hear you.
yeah, the same here. I think the whole Twitter feed is rock. I don't know.
no, yeah, he's hot on my end too. Kamikaze, you might have to leave and come back. Anybody else down there want to join the conversation? Just hit the request button and we bring you right on up. Uh, is it twerping? Yeah, there you go now.
Um, when NFTs are available, um, when XLS is amended, everything's all good. How are you gonna approach the whole NFT movement? Are you gonna upload your old music, or are you just gonna start afresh in this new space and just start uploading just new music? I can't answer since I'm not an artist, but maybe somebody knows the answer. What they do?
Kamikaze, can you ask that question one more time? I'm sorry, bro.
So, are you gonna like when once NFTs are amended, NFTs are all good. Are you planning on uploading new music only, or are you gonna backlog, like have all your old music up on like any platform, have NFTs for those as well, or just your new stuff?
Um, I'm bringing out, I'm bringing everything that I have. Like it's actually gonna be like a pack. It's gonna be like a collection. Like I'm gonna have a song. Like if I made videos back in the day, the video will be part of the collection. The GIF images. When I first came on, when I first got on the Twitter with the whole XRPL, I be having my GIF images. I'll even have a gift pack that you can get from me. Shit, anything that's surrounding the song, the cover art, all of that will be a part of the collection if I'm able to make a collection. Because I know on other blockchains, particularly the Tezos blockchain, they allow you to make a collection, and you can do all those things that I said. So I'm bringing out the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? It's been songs that I've or albums that I've released on streaming platforms, and I took them off because I was insecure about the mix and mastering. That I'll probably go back now that I'm able to mix and master my own music, and I feel comfortable with it. I may go back into that bag and re-release that music because I have a ton of music, so I'm unleashing the whole beast. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm independent. I ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah, I feel the same. I do think that um starting with your old catalog and putting that and minting that as NFTs would be a good start. Um, just for you to like build a community from scratch as well, and also have your old community or fan base, come into the space as well and get introduced to the Web3 space. So I do see that as a viable, way of moving as an artist. But yeah, there's some who just want to start a new career, basically just as turning a new leaf. And yeah, that NFTs is just gonna be them having their new music. I'm kind of on the fence with it. I'm actually debating and thinking of just having new music straight up as NFTs and not my old stuff.
All
But
right.
I'll see as time goes.
I think I know why you asked that question because, and tell me if I'm wrong, you got a lot of artists that grow over time. You know what I'm saying? Their content changes. Um, you know, back in the day, you might have been talking about some wild shit. You know how you was dealing with a girl, or you might have been not particularly you, Kamikaze, or a nigga might have been in the streets, was never in the streets. It was a fake gangster, fake thug. You don't want to be that persona no more, type thing. But and those type of things. So it's like, yeah, you want to kind of reinvent yourself with your crowd, and I get it. But um, if a person really a fan of you, or you really got a fan, and they're real fans, they're gonna do their research. They're gonna try to get as much information on you as possible. Um, sometimes it's cool to see. Sometimes it's cool to see that journey, and I get where you coming from. I get where you coming from. Me, me, there's certain songs that I'm not finna sit here and say that every single song was a song that I wanted to release, or that I just think is a good song. There might be songs that I leave out, but there's definitely more songs that I'm gonna drop than songs that I'm not gonna drop from back in the past. Um, so yeah, the journey for artists is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because we got certain, you go left, you go right, you go up, you go down. You got certain, certain vibes, certain emotions that you want to let off, and certain regrets, certain expectations that you have of yourself. So I dig what you're saying. Hopefully I was like tapping into the right realm on that.
Yeah, you actually are on point with that. Um, I'm thinking now of actually the point where yeah, artists and musician, I mean the users, the listeners, they actually do go dig deep into your music. If they are a fan of you, they decide, okay, yeah, let me go see their old music, what they had back then. And if if they don't vibe with you, if they don't vibe with your old music and they don't vibe with the old you, what would you take from that? Would you think that, yo, they're not really a fan of you, or would you just be like, okay, yeah, they just in love with the new version of me, and that's where their journey starts, basically? Because yeah, there's people who may not have vibed with you like 5 years ago, but now that you're on a new wave, yeah, they vibe with you more. So yeah, it could be a make or break kind of thing if you upload your old music. But it it all depends on, yeah, maybe your old fan base. It's a good way to bring your fan base from the old Web 2 to Web 3, and bring create a community that way. So yeah.
Yeah, it's tricky, bro. I dig what you're saying. Like, let me just pick a artist for example, like Future, so to speak. Future is like the king of ratchet, king of trap. If Future said I ain't dropping none of my trap stuff on Sonar Muse, I'm gonna just go conscious on y'all. Hey, folks gonna go insane. They gonna be like, "What? Hey, you gonna lose fans?" So I dig what you're saying. It's a gamble, but when you independent, you know, him being is it. I think with you being independent, it's easier to reinvent yourself when you're independent because you believing in yourself, and the way you set up Sonar Muse, it's almost like you can't lose when people are going on your page, you getting paid. It ain't they streaming your song, you getting paid, those type of things. So it's like, and a lot of things that I hear from the people from the streets, the people who really consume music, they want to hear your story. They definitely want to hear a story. Whether it don't matter if the song is ratchet, if the song is stupid, if you're able to throw your story in there some type of way where somebody can relate to you and be like, "Damn, I went through that shit too." You know what I'm saying? Then, then you won. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you're able to identify with your listener, it don't matter if you're doing if you might come off to me not talking about nothing, or you may come off to the most intellectual person talking about something. As long as you relate to the listener. X Nuts, what's good, man? You want to say something?
Hey guys, how's it going today?
Cooling. We good, bro. I'm good.
Hey, I got a few things. Hey, Tuchel. A few things for Kamikaze. I literally just posted. I was listening to you, and I posted the "Nunk It Out" song, and in the back of the song, you put about how things are changing and going to cruise to 5D, right? Because I'm always pushing that higher frequency stuff, right? Just remember, Kamikaze, that try to put your mindset in that everybody in this space, right, has literally the ability to, if you have an idea, you're in an environment right now in this moment that you can connect with people that can facilitate your ideas, right, and literally help you manifest it. So instead, like you were talking about, like worrying about your other fans and worrying about this, right? Maybe like think like you don't even have to worry about anybody, right? Except for your new vision, right? And get off that old, the way Web 2 music was, right? Pyramid. You got to hook up with some producer, right? You guys, you and Lemmy and Too Cold, you guys can spit your own tunes out and get them out and put them in a place to where a guy like me, maybe on the other side of the planet where you're at or whatever, can download that, cherish it, get that vibration, get the goosebumps things going, right? Feeling what you got, your words. So just remember, you're in these rooms. Too Cold stresses this out from the beginning. You have the ability to meet people with your ideas that can change the game, right? And that's what Web3 really is. It's not Web2 with some lipstick and whitewash paint on it, right? It's your idea. So anyway, I just wanted to, keep you reminded because you're thinking like, well, oh, what are these other people thinking or whatever? Like I posted today, there is no table to have to get asked to be invited to. Web3, there is no table. We keep like talking about a table. We didn't get invited to this or that. Dude, you're your own freaking table, right? And we're all sitting at it. And I just always wish you the best, man, and you guys, because I know as a musician artist, it ain't no different rocky road than a visual artist, right? So love to you. And like I said, if anytime any of us that are in the space that can connect people and their good ideas, uh, hit me up if you have something. We'll figure out how to write that in, and yeah, that's how you do it, man. So anyway, just wanted to talk to you a little bit, Kamikaze, and root you on with what's going down, and that is whatever you can think of is what's going down. So thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate all the love. And Too Cold, thanks for letting me talk to Kamikaze and you guys because I know you're grinding it. So keep it up, keep that hustle up. All right, love, love, love. I got to get back to work on Step Down as a listener, but thanks a lot, guys.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right. Yeah.
Definitely gonna
Yeah.
take
Thank you,
that to
James.
heart, though.
Appreciate it. My bad,
So,
Kamikaze. Go ahead.
no, it's all good. It's all good. I definitely will consider that. And you're definitely right. Like it is a thing majority of artists go through. But as you start to embrace your sound or embrace who you are and who you becoming, then yeah, you tend to not worry about all those things. You tend to focus more on, you know, the love of what you're doing rather than who it's affecting. But you do also have to consider who you're affecting. But yeah, it's Web3. It's completely different. It's a new world basically. It's you're on a clean slate here, and yeah, you can do anything. So I'm definitely gonna take that into consideration. And yeah, um, it is it is something I do need to, yeah, like focus on, and prevent myself from thinking about like what are these other people gonna think. Because yeah, at the end of the day, it's all about me and what I enjoy and what I love, and it's all about attracting those who are, you know of the same vibration. So yeah, that's where 5D comes in. You attracting more of those people who are like-minded, who have the same vibe as you. So yeah, 100%, I'm definitely gonna take that now and go with it. So thanks for that, X Nux.
Perfect. Perfect. Anybody else want to add to this? Anybody else got anything to say? Because if not, I mean, does it sound like we coming to a close, y'all, or what? Should we run the track back one more time for the ones who didn't hear it? Like, you tell me what we doing.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
Chris has
yep.
something to say though.
There goes Chris. Go ahead, Chris.
I just want to thank Kamikaze for coming up because we always have these questions, and a lot of platforms under development don't answer questions. So it can be intimidating, I guess, for some because we might ask questions you're not ready for or scrutinize or any of the things. So it's nice to hear from somebody that's making a project and we can give our feedback while you're still working on it.
Thank you very much. Like I do really appreciate feedback because it's not just a project for me, it's for everyone. And I want to make it a a great platform. I really do want to make it one of those core platforms, one of the leading platforms for music streaming, music access on the XRPL. So any input is always welcome. And yeah, I'll always say when I don't have any idea of something or where to move with something, and I'll definitely give someone credit for any ideas that come to mind. So yeah, I appreciate you, Chris, for all the input you've given today. Because yeah, it's very insightful and it will definitely help build a better platform for the future. So I'm not gonna rush this. I know it may take some time, but you know it's gonna be worth it in the end to make something that's worthwhile and withstands the tests of time, and I can, you know, keep improving on it as time goes. So yeah, I I, I appreciate OC especially as well, because he gives me some aspects of music that I don't see sometimes. Because yeah, as an artist, I don't see most of the bigger picture for like what labels or people who manage more than one artist do. So um appreciate that. I appreciate Lemmy especially also, you know, he's one of the test subjects too for certain parts of the website, and there's also other artists who help out and give uh input too and let me know, okay, this doesn't work. So I appreciate everybody who's helping out and who's gives feedback on aspects of NFTs that might come in future. So, you know, everyone has a part in contributing to the platform and the XRPL as well. So I do appreciate everybody who's, you know, taking their time to contribute to the XRP legend, XRP community. So yeah, thanks to Cold as well, because yeah, she's basically gonna be one of the first people I want to try. You know, the whole podcasts on the platform, because there's not many I know who record their spaces and upload them. So she has some content for that to try it out. So yeah, shout out to everybody in here for listening, for pulling through, for your interest in, you know, the music industry and tokenizing it. So that said, yeah, I do appreciate everything you guys have done, have said today, and I'm gonna take it to heart. I'm gonna listen to this space a bit more than all the others, because yeah, there are some gems in here, and I definitely have to look back at them and, you know, jot all these notes down and make use of them. So yeah, thank you again.
Most deaf. And I went back through my cookout schedule, and remember I was telling you guys the feature project on the XRPL, right? Um, they are all a project that I said is doing what you guys were talking about taking pieces of music and or sounds, not even the whole sound from a beat, right? The whole package, like taking the bass from it or doing the whole thing, and you can rent it, Lisa, doing this. So that call on the YouTube channel it's cookout number 12. So if anybody wants to go tap into that, again, you want to fast forward it to when feature is speaking. I have no timestamps on none of these because I ain't gonna lie, I don't go back and re-listen to all these because these last hours, right? So I download them, I throw them up. So you're gonna have to fast forward and try and figure out where he talks. I I think I'm think he talked. I think he may have talked second on that call or third, because I think X Dreams talked first. But yeah, so you guys might want to tap into that. And again, Kamikaze, like I said, you might want to reach out to that after you listen to that call and hear what he says his project is about, and maybe bounce some ideas or get some information from him about how he's doing his things or whatever. But I don't believe his things are NFTs, right? So that's the difference that we're talking about here. His is just like being able to rent or buy or whatever, right? You could get a feature, like if somebody wanted a feature from Lemmy or Kamikaze, and they both had an account on feature. He said they could, be contacted that way. And then let's say not even a whole feature. Let's say they just wanted Lemmy to write some lyrics for them, or Kamikaze to write lyrics. They could purchase that or what. Like you just gotta listen to the call. There's a lot of musical information of buying, renting, and leasing stuff or whatever, and it's not a coin. I don't believe he has a coin attached to his project. But yeah, so thank y'all for pulling up. Lemmy, you got any last words?
Shit, just a great space today. Learned. I ain't gonna say I learned a lot. I soaked up a lot of game. It was a good look. Just the space we as independent artists, it's a great time for us, man. Just keep cooking up your music. Keep working behind the scenes. Get your team right. Get your relationships in order.
Is he breaking up for anybody else, or is it just me? Oh shit, it's just me probably.
Oh, yeah, he's clear.
Wait, y'all said he's breaking up?
No,
Nah, we can hear him. Yeah, we
Nah,
can
it's
hear him.
me. All of y'all are breaking up. It's me. Give me a second.
All right, I'll wait for her to get back.
Freaking awesome song you guys played today, though. Loved it.
For sure. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Really appreciate it. Yeah, it's all Lemmy. It's all Lemmy and his vibes. We all, like, to be honest, bro, your hooks, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Your hooks, bro, they always bring in the vibe. So like I easily just catch on. So like, yeah, shout out to you, bro. It's
Appreciate it,
just an
man.
easy
Appreciate
vibe,
it. I ain't gonna appreciate it. I just think that it's important to have. It's important to be talking about something in the song. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a hook. Like I do fuck with the bars part of rap, but because I'm a lyricist at heart, but I want to just become an artist. I want to just, if that's the influence that I ever want to give a fan or a listener, just try to become an artist and make it about the art. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever try to be one dimensional. I appreciate it though, Kamikaze. Like I pride myself on like trying to talk about something in a song. And when you talk about something in a song, you gotta have a chorus so you can have it's like writing a paper. You got a thesis, you got an introduction, you got a body of work, then you got a conclusion. So that's how I look at music. But shout out Tuco, shout out Kamikaze, shout out to everybody in the space. Shout out to Chris. Chris said some real stuff in this space today. It's about that art. You know what I'm saying? All this other shit, the art is the foundation. All the other shit gonna play out because it always ends up that way. But just believe in your art, believe in yourself, keep putting in the work, keep doing what it takes. Know that you putting your best foot forward. Shout out to OC, shout out to Crypto Red Eye. Crypto Red Eye, we got something for you soon, bro. We got something for you soon. Shout out to everybody in the room, Nunks, Wolf, everybody down at Unity, Gorilla Jake. It was a good show. Bless up. I don't know if Too Cold got back in, but bless up everybody.
Yeah.
I'm back. So with that being said, we're gonna close this out with the exclusive track of the week. I know some of you guys didn't catch it when we first played it, so we will be running that back again. Most of y'all in here, all of y'all in here know pretty much know the schedule of the cookout. I don't want to do that long spiel. I don't feel like it. The schedule of the cookout shows are at the top of the space call. So you could grab that and retweet it, bookmark it for yourself so that you guys can know when we are always on, right? And again, I just want to thank everybody for pulling up and vibing with us today at the Wake and Bake Vibes for being a part of this very informative conversation and adding to it and all the dialogue back and forth. There was a lot of information passed back and forth. So, appreciate all of that. And again, just appreciate everybody for spending this Thursday afternoon with us. And with that being said, we're going to get into the exclusive track. This one is called There's No I in Team by XLemi and Kamikaze. And here we go. Come on. My internet been tripping. Give me a second, guys. Hold on. It's coming. My Wi-Fi don't want me to be great. It's fucked up. You know what? I don't even need Wi-Fi right now on this one, so fuck it. Let's go 5G on here. Come out. Go back in. Come on.
Triangle trap tsunami.
Toxic dreams, whoa whoa, XRPL, green, fresh and clean. I am team, ain't no I in team. Going as Shorty, going as Kobe, going as Rescue. That's why they bless me. You cannot flex me. I'm a professional. She moves like Pesci. I don't drink Pepsi. I feel like water. That's why I'm a starter, and I'll be a martyr, cause I wrote the martyr. I got Kamikaze, and I got too cold. XRPL, that's digital true gold. I saw 22 mode. My self-esteem, XTC, playing games like monkey. Bungee, my portfolio was on bungee. Ask the cause you can't pull me. Ever seen Elmo Bud with a so good? My career is busting off like a shotgun. Blood tie diet, eating wrists like Bugs Bunny. All about my patty mayonnaise, y'all done funny. Toxic, plotting, whoa whoa, beam, XR, clean. I am team, ain't no I ain't team. Toxic dream, plotting scheme. Whoa whoa, beam, XR, green, fresh and clean. I am team, ain't no I ain't team.
There's no I in team, but two eyes and we and we'll play no game. Got no time to engage. Word up to climate change. I keep my cool -8, and that's degrees. Cold flow, got you feeling the breeze. No rest, but we getting the cheese. Cool cat, jazz it up in the scene. Payment pointers, we pushing P. Dotting my eyes and crossing my T's. On point, me and Lemmy made another joint. New heights like we're smoking a joint. Yeah, but you can't reach that level. New flows, yeah, I got several. My art gallery's clever. Money climbing up numerals. Too high, that's the usual. No I in team. All eyes on me. It ain't a dream. Looking fresh and clean. Like damn, who's a man? Forever young like Peter Pan. I'm fly. Catch me if you can. Making my way to the rags. Cause I don't scheme. I just get the cream. Get in the dough. Get it in the cheese. Toxic dreams, plotting schemes. Whoa, whoa, beam, XRP, green, fresh and clean. I am
team. Ain't no I in team. Toxic dreams. Plotting schemes. Whoa, whoa, beam. XRP. Green. Fresh and clean. I am team. Ain't no I in team.
All right, all right, all right. And that there is the exclusive track of the week by our boys Lemmy and Kamikaze. Again, thank y'all for pulling up to the Thursday Wake and Bake Vibes at the Too Cold XRPL Cookouts. You feel me? We appreciate y'all. We got much love for y'all. And we want y'all to always do your own research, right? That's why we were having this conversation, and everybody's got some more information to go look up as far as music NFTs go. But with that being said, we did it. Another one out the park. Wake and Bake Vibes number 10. We up out of here. Too cold. Gone, y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. Be safe in them
Bye-bye.
crypto streets. Bye-bye. All
Later.
right, y'all. We out.